Now you understand that's Roman law. You heard what he said? So that's why they are Catholic. They are civil. Like Karen civil. Civil. They're not common. You're under the king, black folk. You're under George Washington, not Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln brought you into civil law. Or leave. You either turn black or go to Africa. That's the Pope. Do you understand why I say you guys are Moors? Y'all just adopted common law and y'all think y'all following God, but you in sin. You following Odin and the one-eyed God and Satan and the serpent who deceived Eve in the beginning. You don't serve the Father who made the rules in common law and said, don't serve no God before me. You serve Catholic law, Canaan law, maritime ordinance. Let's get to it.
Today. It comes from the Uniform Commercial Code.
Look, UCC, the Uniformed Commercial Code, 1952 AD. That was just I was born 1980 AD, you stupid. We got him, y'all. See how easy my class go to work? Make sure you support this broadcast.
From 1952, the Hanseatic Link from Hansburg, Germany. The Law of Merchants.
The Law of Merchants, Moors, Sepharic Jews, pirates, islanders, those island black people that are really French and Haitian and black and all the way from Africa, those are all, what they call them? The pirates, the black pirates, what do they call them? They take honor in this. They're the Jamaicans and all that, who they are today, but they were the pirates. They followed the Pope, talking about they free, they independent from France. You serve the Pope. Be quiet. Press one.
The Isle of Rhodes, 900 BC, and all the way back to Nimrod.
Look, all the way back to who? Nimrod. The first, look, Nimrod, bro. Nimrod, bro. Wow. Wow. Who built the tower about? Oh, never mind. Nimrod. Wow.
If you look at Wikipedia, it says Admiralty law was introduced into England by the French Queen. These courts do not.
These courts do not use the common law of England or the common law of George or the Republic or nothing.
Use the common law of England, but are Roman civil law courts largely based upon the corpus juris civilis.
Look, the corpus what? Corporates. Dead. A dead god. Juris civilis. Corporate. Corpus. Corpse. Dead. You're under a dead law. Ah! Bullcat. They wonder why I do that. Ah! Plus y'all waking up. That's why. See? They try to skip over that. That's everything. You don't follow what? They are under corpus juris civilis of what? Just what? While yo black women over there singing and dancing for Kamala, we right in the place where we supposed to be. The people that's here supposed to be here. Trust me. If you watch King Academic and these other folk, you ain't supposed to be here. Because your brain ain't going to adapt. This is for the highly intelligent. Y'all thought I was a street punk, didn't you? Nope, I fooled y'all with my street clothes. I'm Professor Gillespie, bruh. You got me fucked all the way up.
If you look at Wikipedia, it says Admiralty law was introduced into England by the French Queen. These courts do not use the common law of England, but are Roman civil law courts.
So this is what y'all under.
Based upon the corpus
you guys are all civilians
of Justinian. Admiralty courts were a prominent feature in the prelude to the American Revolution. For example, the phrase in the Declaration.
We fight that. Get back. We don't get back, Poseidon. And take your shit back over there. They slave trader Moors.
of Independence for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury refers to the practice of Parliament giving the Admiralty Courts jurisdiction to enforce the Stamp Act in the American colonies.
Wow.
Civil law does not...
That's a whole new money, remember? Remember? Stamps is what? That's the bank. That's the post office. Post office is where the bank. Listen.
Not have a jury. It has an advisory jury. That's it. Our juries are supposed to construe the law just like God said in the Torah.
Told you.
We used to do it. We stopped. The Roman civil law and the civil law are convertible phrases meaning the same system of jurisprudence. The system of jurisprudence held and administered in the Roman Empire, particularly as set forth in the compilation of Justinian and his successors. The law which the people enact is called the civil law. This is the adding to and taking away from God's law that he said not to do.
Oh, y'all written y'all names out of the book of life. Y'all dead. That's why I saw it. That's why I saw it. Y'all dead, bro. There it is, bro. You dead. Yup. You added to and taken from. Wow.
Do you see our problem? Our problem in America is not that we don't
You're Antichrist.
have Torah available. The common law is available. It's that we've picked something else. We've added to and taken.
You wanted a president. Wow, he can't even say it. America's built on this. The corporate. That's the corporate federal system. Look, it's at the bottom. He said, man, we picked something else. They picked Serapis flag. They picked Satan. So when you vote, you're picking Satan. You're picking a foreign body. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm so glad I woke y'all up to the beast and the deadly womb and Donald Trump and all that. I'm so glad that I told y'all that. I told you that's the beast system, bro. This is the end of time, bro. This is the great battle right here, bro. And you in it, bro. I know y'all don't believe it. I know because y'all watch motherfucking Independence Day movies with Will Smith and saw pew pew this one and that one and aliens and shit. You don't even know what it is. Man, they asses in there. And I'm over here in the meta seeing dead people waking up. Look at this, bro. Rome. That's where you got the money is by the federal system, the Holy See, the federal Holy See. It's all ran out of Rome. This is a foreign nation, bro. And when Donald Trump made Rome a part of America, oh my goodness. Oh.
Away by the people enacting it. It's called Congress.
Look,
the legislature
the federal
is Congress, the department, assembly, or body of men that makes laws for a state or nation. A legislative body. It's the congregation, the assembly that the scripture mentions.
So when I was breaking down, you got to know the government. You got to know what that means. Congress. You got to know what these words mean in civil law. All of these words mean stuff in civil law, but it's against the law. Just because it means something in civil law doesn't make it legal on the land. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Which is civil codes and civil ordinances. And all of these, don't chew bubble gum. Kev, get across the ground. But I do. Oh, you walked across the street without the light. Boy, ain't no cars coming. So what? The hand said, nigga, I ain't no little ass kid. Turn around and put your hand behind you. You broke the ordinance. And we in fear of their judgment of us breaking the ordinance when they need to be in fear of God, wrath on anybody that has made us afraid and miserable. And those of you who don't even understand what I just said, you just stand back. Because we are miserable. the federal government and the United States government and the different corporate governments are all false government and all a part of this civil law. They have no jurisdiction on none of God's people. I ain't talking about you, Antichrist. Go on and finish doing what you was doing. No, keep playing. I'm not talking to you, and you Pan-African, you person. I'm not talking to Tyree Nasheed. I'm not talking to y'all people who sit around on the internet playing. I'm talking to people who've been walking with Kev. Do you understand what I'm saying, y'all? You under Roman law and wonder why you need to go to Rome and file paperwork to Rome to preach the word of God. They don't separate it church and state, but in Rome, it got all the power by separating church and state. Because they don't want to believe in God. They don't want to believe in the Ten Commandments. They think the story of them being in desert sandals is funny. They think it's funny. Oh, no, that ain't real. Didn't even understand. It's the law.
Yes.
Like modern day Pharisees.
It's modern day Pharisees. He said yes. 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 It's the Pharisees.
Pharisees was a political group that added to and took away from laws.
Told you.
That's what
amended laws and added to. And I said, who added to and made us slaves? The 13th and 14th amending laws, bro. Took away our birthright and made us black and made us forever indebted. The Roman Catholic Church and the Rothschilds are together. They are Nazis. IBM and this beast system is ran off an algorithm that they created, that they stole, but let's just say they created. Whatever.
they did, and they did it to make money, just like we're doing today.
Just
the
like
civil law makes a lot of money for government.
That's
the common
right.
law makes nothing.
Nothing. Common law don't make no government. No, civil law make all the money because black people end up in prison. Don't you get it? It's black people riding around with backward caps and smoking weed. Well, how are we going to tell them that they have common law? Y'all want to be Moors and talk civil law. Y'all don't want to talk none of this. You don't want to tell, what are you pulling me over for? You don't want to because you're afraid of what they're going to do to you. You don't know what it's like to have power of common law. You don't know what it's like to have the power of your ancestors. You just like to daydream with the sisters in the middle of a rug you bought from a Chinese place about the cosmos, put 4 candles around them, hey man, and worship Saturn or some shit. When you supposed to have your mind on God's law in the new covenant, bro. I'm cool.
It puts heavy yokes.
Yes, it does. It's the exact same thing. We've turned it into a religion, and that's why we don't see what's going on.
They turned it into a religion, an allegory. Told you, and y'all can't see what's going on. Wow.
Yes, it does. It's the exact same thing. We've turned it into a religion, and that's why we don't see what's going on. That's why I'm so against religion. If you don't see that stuff as religion, you see it as just what's happening today, it starts to make sense. So the civil law is a legislature and king. That's what the civil law is. The law of the land, there are 6 statutes. The statutes, commandments, and judgments of the Lord shall be kept throughout the land. That's the first one. There shall be one law applied to Israelite and stranger that dwells in your land. That's the second one. You shall not follow the laws and ordinances of other nations.
Told you, that's Leviticus 18. Oh, you're busted. Oh, you're busted. You're busted. Caught. Right there. Caught red-handed. Caught.
That's the third one. That's exactly what we're doing.
Yes, it is.
Do not add to or take away from God's law. We should listen to Yahweh. He tells it the way it's supposed to be. The law is confirmed by doing them. Which law are you doing is the one you're practicing. You know, so the reality, we're practicing some of Torah, but the reality is in our everyday life we're not. We're just not. We're practicing the civil law. Define contempt for the law as punished by excommunication. That's the law of the land from the scriptures. That one, do not add to or take away from God's law, that's the most damaging one in America
That's
today.
in Deuteronomy. What would happen if you add to or take away? You're going to suffer the curses of Deuteronomy, which all of y'all are suffering.
And it's what's happened in every nation. This is called the Roman civil law. It's called admiralty law. It's called socialism.
Look.
It's called communism.
Look, bro.
All of them come into America through admiralty law,
Told you.
and they're all the same thing.
I told you. I told you.
How many laws we got on the books now?
2.5 million was the last count I heard. That was a while ago.
And you can't keep Torah, but we
Yeah,
2.5 million.
exactly. The 10 planks to the Communist Manifesto. The abolition of private property. If your nation has a property tax, you're a communist nation.
Yes. Told you. Remember they took your property? Yours. Remember? Everything. You've been under this whole time.
A heavy progressive or graduated income tax. If your nation has a heavy progressive income tax, House Joint Resolution 192, or a Social Security Act, you're a communist nation.
There you go. You're Russians. I told you. They won the war. You're an Aryan nation. You're Russians. You're Germans, bro. I told you. Tracy, didn't I tell him? Tracy, stand up and tell him. He told you. He told you. Tell him.
Abolition of all rights to inheritance. If your nation has an inheritance tax, you're a communist nation.
There you go.
Confiscation of the property of all immigrants and rebels. If your government has government seizures or tax liens, you're a communist nation. Central bank.
Look.
If your nation...
So I told you, if Candace Owens is on your team, you're on the wrong side. If Candace Owens put up an American flag and say she a Catholic, you better be the opposite. You better be Jungovan. She always on the wrong side. I think God uses Candace Owens to... You don't want to be on her side. Check her record. She always wrong. Whatever club she joined, get out of it. That means you've been deceived if she's there. God bless America. God bless communism in Russia and the czars then. Fine. I'm not living in the same world y'all live in. Then you got some of y'all that want to live in the forest with no clothes on, talking about eating leaves and shit. Y'all are just out of order.
nation has a central bank or a Federal Reserve Bank,
Look.
you're a communist nation.
Look. So, Todd, you can wave your American flag all you want to. You can complain about the Illuminati. You can complain about they doing this. But guess what? You got to live. You've been in it this whole time. Go home. I want everybody to go home and look at it where they live. This is it? Yep. Communist Russia. Communism, bro. The persecution of the Jews. We in the ghettos. Oh, this is real, y'all. Y'all can play and pretend that y'all watching football and basketball. But listen. And the rockets wrangling, the bombs bursting in air, can prove to the die that your flag was still there. Remember that? Y'all got to keep that energy going into the revelation. Oh, say does that star spangled. Go ahead. This is it, bro. Yeah, I wish that I was just regular Kale, bro, but this is it. Y'all want to know what I deal with? Y'all want to know what the fuck? I'll be like, damn, I can't do nothing. Not none of that stuff. You can have fun, just not none of that stuff. No, because that's the worshiping of other gods. That's the worshiping. That's the people who you're celebrating with them. No, don't worry about it. You can have a holiday for the rest of the year. How's that? You don't get one day. How about this? How about this, Kev? I'm going to let them have little silly days once every 3 months. I'm going to bless you every day. Just don't do them days, all right? All right, so I got you, bro. I got you, bro. It's hard not to be with y'all. Y'all be looking like y'all have barbecue, me chilling. But I get longer days. I like it.
Centralization of the means of communication and transportation in the hands of the state. If you have an FCC or a Department of Transportation, you're a communist nation.
There you go.
Extension of factories and instruments of production owned by the state.
Everything he just said, the Wobblies did here in America. Press 1. See? You see why I taught y'all this? You see? Y'all, come here, bring it on in and give me a hug, bro. You see why I taught y'all this? The Wobblies did all this. We told y'all the Russian Revolution was nothing but to overthrow the blacks in America. It's all propaganda. It's all propaganda. And you got to be able to untie this knot that you got in your head correctly. We got them, bro.
If your nation has corporate capacity or
Incorporated, listen.
businesses or anything like that,
You're a child of Satan. Daughters and sons of liberty are the daughters and the sons of the devil.
you're a communist nation.
That's right.
Equal
Now you see
liability-
why I said Mr. Stalin looked like J.P. Morgan, who got all the money from Mr. Grover Cleveland. All the Freedman Banks money went to fucking J.P. Morgan, who looks like Stalin. You see why I say that? Because they are the same people. Porters in America with nothing but Russians. KevRow, I deserve everything. Press 1.
of all to labor. If your nation has minimum wage or Social Security or
Told
the
you.
Department of Labor, you're a communist nation. Combination of agriculture with manufacturing industries, gradual abolition of the distinction between town and country by a more equitable distribution of population over the country. That one's complicated. But basically, if you see more people moving into the city and away from the rural countries, that's the 9th plank. Is that happening in America? We used to be about 50-50, now about 3% live on the land. And number 10 is my favorite, free education for all children in public schools. If your nation has a public school system, you are a communist nation.
Told you. You guys are fighting for communism. George Soros makes sure that you are complimentary taken care of. Y'all are a bunch of zombie communists. Come on home. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad. Look, bro, you will never know unless you was told. And then you had to be shown, child. It's just like I woke up and it's just like, you remember when Loki was in that movie and he was like, I know what I gotta do. This is me. I know what the fuck I gotta do. Press 1. Yeah. You gotta be told, then showed, huh, Marley?
You can probably figure out where we're at, how many of the 10 we're following. But it's not good. This is the Roman civil law through admiralty jurisdiction. We're all going that route. This is one of the biggest evidences to me that the second coming's around the corner.
Told
No
you. Ah, smart man.
one's keeping God's law anymore.
Nobody's keeping
We
the
used
law.
to be the only ones. Where this lesson's going to go, we can choose ourselves.
That's right.
So we don't have to
Wow.
worry about this country.
Told you. You chose yourself. You left the garden. Look at this, bro. You chose you. Do what thou wilt. Shall be the whole of the law. That's what you follow.
That
What
we
you're
have.
saying is that time where lawlessness will abound is kind of close.
Yeah. It's already here. What are you talking about?
We've been in the bondage of it for a long time.
Here's a verse that's highly misunderstood. Paul talked about a way of escape. That's a legal term. God governs all of our law. His law, and he governs what nations do. He's in charge of it. But he oversaw it, and he gave us ways of escape.
Look, they talk about God like he's just some made-up superhero character. No, God. No, you don't understand. On earth.
There's three big ones that are used in courts on a regular basis. One is the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. We can practice God's law if we want to, as long as we don't sign a contract otherwise. Look what United States v. Seeger says. There is a higher loyalty than loyalty to this country. Loyalty to God. That's what our judicial system says. That's what our church says. Our judicial system. And my favorite one, Public Law 97-280. This is 1983, Ronald Reagan. I'm going to read this if you don't mind, because you'll be shocked what it says. Whereas, this is the law. Whereas the Bible, you know, the Word of God, the Bible, our law says the Bible is the Word of God, you guys. Whereas the Bible, the Word of God, has made a unique contribution in shaping the United States as a distinctive and blessed nation and people. Don't let anyone ever tell you that the United States wasn't founded on biblical principles, because our law says so.
Told you.
Whereas deeply held religious convictions springing from the Holy Scriptures led to the early settlement of our nation, whereas biblical teachings...
Who are the settlers, the pioneers of this nation? George Washington. Once again.
Inspired concepts of civil government that are contained in our Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States.
See, everything they do is against real common law. Even public law. All this, look, because all of their power is vested in the way of a corpus or a corporate state or a dead state inside of a corpse. So listen, contents of a civil code. A typical civil code deals with the fields of law known to the common lawyer, not common law giver, but a common lawyer as the law of contracts, torts, property law, family law, and inheritance, commercial law, corporate law, civil procedure. Ain't that we've been born in this whole time? In sin. This is sin. Contract law, let me tell y'all something. Anything outside of common law is sin. That's another God. Roman civil law, admiralty law, socialism, communism, Marxism, all the isms are against or antichrist. So you guys keep going and stop thinking y'all against one another when all of you guys are acting in uniform. Go ahead and step on your square and glide up every time they need to, Moorish brothers. That's what you better do, because when we wake up, it's all over.
And he governs what nations do. He's in charge of it. But he oversaw it, and he gave us ways of escape. There's three big ones that are used in courts on a regular basis. One is the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. We can practice God's law if we want to, as long as we don't sign a contract otherwise. Look what United States v. Seeger says. There is a higher loyalty than loyalty to this country. Loyalty to God. That's what our judicial system says. That's what our church says. Our judicial system. And my favorite one, Public Law 97-280. This is 1983, Ronald Reagan. I'm going to read this if you don't mind, because you'll be shocked what it says. Whereas, this is the law. Whereas the Bible, you know the...
Stop. I just looked at something else, you guys. Important civil codes. Australia is something called, it's like German writing. And then Albania, Civil Code of the Republic of Albania. Armenian Civil Code. Bavaria, Codex Maximilius. Press 1. Brazil, Código Civil. Press 1. Cuba, Código Civil. California Civil Code is a selection of statutes in the state of California which have no authority and jurisdiction over us or me, The code is made up of statutes which govern the general obligation and right of persons within the jurisdiction of California, which is based on the civil code. Oh my goodness. Y'all get to it, man.
Word of God. The Bible, our law says the Bible is the Word of God, you guys. Whereas the Bible, the Word of God, has made a unique contribution in shaping the United States as a distinctive and blessed nation and people.
Stop it. Stop. It's a reaction. David Dudleyfield II's audacity is trying to codify all of general principles of common law and so they're trying to code common law civilly, including the law of property, domestic relations, contracts, and torts into general statutory law in the form of civil code. Then those civil codes are made digital code. Only California and we got to change the laws. See, we don't even know what we're fighting against. We don't even understand law. But ignorance is no excuse. We're all adults and we got time to start somewhere and be a part of the Great Awakening if you choose to. That's on you. I want to be a part of the return of the Republic. So I'm doing everything I can to see it with my own eyes, mate. That's crazy.
Don't let anyone ever tell you that the United States wasn't founded on biblical principles, because our law says so. Whereas deeply held religious convictions springing from the Holy Scriptures led to the early settlement of our nation, whereas biblical teachings inspired concepts of civil government that are contained in our Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States, whereas many of our great national leaders, among them Presidents Washington, Jackson, Lincoln, and Wilson, paid tribute to the surpassing influence of the Bible in our country's development, as in the words of President Jackson that the Bible is the rock on which our republic rests, whereas the history of our nation clearly illustrates the value of voluntarily applying the teachings of the Scriptures in the lives of individuals, families, and societies, whereas this nation now faces great challenges that will test this nation as it has never been tested before, whereas that renewing our knowledge of and faith in God through Holy Scriptures can strengthen us as a nation and people. Now therefore be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled that the President
this is where y'all took y'all power from the king to a dead corporation and said, y'all take care of us. Y'all look like y'all doing well.
Authorized and requested to designate 1983 as a national year of the Bible in recognition of both the formative influence the Bible has been for our nation and our national need to study and apply the teachings of the Holy Scripture.
Wow.
Our law says you should study and apply the teachings of the Holy Scripture.
Told you.
And you can
It's
use
a must.
those 3 citations in court to prove that and
I told you. Law is law.
follow God's law over the United States Code.
See?
That's right.
Now, that's only if you didn't sign a contract otherwise.
Told you.
That's the key.
Not signing contract otherwise is what? Going to work? For your check? Signing up to... not going to work. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Voting. So that's your sign up. That's your public prayer. Only prayer you're supposed to have is, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. But you public prayer with your vote and your participation, and you don't even know that. You don't even know that. You're signing up to go against the law. You didn't even know it. I'm just being honest. They put Molly all in y'all drink, and y'all ain't even know it. Press 1, they took y'all home and enjoyed that, and y'all ain't even know it. I'm a fool. I'm smart, though. Yeah, the contract is what? Your birth certificate, to sign up, to get the social, and to keep reiterating every 7 years. You can stop. I'm sorry, y'all. I just gotta say funny stuff sometimes. It's part of my genetic makeup. But you can stop at any time. All you gotta do is stop participating. Why you think that lady just died? Looking like Sandra Bland all over my TV, and dang, everybody just, oh, now, come on, y'all, wake up. KevRow. Now we woken up today because we on to something here. I didn't have that vision for nothing. And so I was studying and getting this stuff together to show y'all today. So we having even a more explosive show.
That's where this is going to go.
We all signed the contract.
We have, but they can be undone.
Interesting.
How is America doing today? Well, when America was founded, we were in violation of 26% of God's law.
Told you.
This is a rough estimate. I went through, as I'm studying this, I identified which ones we were following and which ones we weren't. Now, America is in violation of 77% of God's law. Another way of putting this, when America was founded, we were receiving more blessings than curses. Now we are receiving more curses than blessings. Here is an example, and I love this story. You guys remember Joseph in Egypt?
Yeah.
All right, let's read that section real quick. And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought. And Joseph brought the money unto Pharaoh's house. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence, for the money fails? And Joseph said, Give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fails. And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for the flocks, and for the cattle, and for the herds, and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. When that year was ended, they came unto him the second year, and said unto him, We will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent, my Lord, also hath our herds of cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our land. Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh. And give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. And Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them, so the land became Pharaoh's. And as for the people, he removed them to the cities from one end of the borders of Egypt even to the other end thereof. Only the land of the priests bought he not, for the priests had a portion assigned them of Pharaoh, and did eat their portion which Pharaoh gave them, wherefore they sold not their lands. Then Joseph said unto the people, Behold, I have bought you this day and your land for Pharaoh. Lo, here is seed for you, and ye shall sow the land. And it shall come to pass in the increase that ye shall give the fifth part unto Pharaoh, and 4 parts shall be yours, for seed of the field, and for your food, and for them of your household, and for food for your little ones. And they said, Thou hast saved our lives. Let us find grace in the sight of my Lord, and we will be Pharaoh's servants. And Joseph made it a law over the land of Egypt unto this day, that Pharaoh should have the 5th part, except the land of the priests only, which became not Pharaoh's. Okay, that's the story of Joseph in Egypt. I want to share a similar story of America in 1929 to 1949.
Look.
And there was no money in all the land, for the Great Depression was very sore, so that the land of America fainted by reason of the Great Depression.
Look.
And Franklin Roosevelt gathered up all the gold that was found in the land of America.
Bruh! Get off me, bruh! Whew. It's to you.
you on me. Yeah, man. Welcome to the U, have a seat. The only professor applying pressure when he teach. Big cloud in these YouTube streets. I cheat like Wiz Khalifa. Call it in if you gon' speak. Press 1 when you checking in. I got the merch, cop a coffee, a cush shirt. Support the brand if you support the man. With the spirit of Steve Coakley, they can't hold me. Back down and fade away on them like I'm Kobe. Only straight shooter on this computer. Who else you know gon' bring it to your real truth? Hallelujah. More haters, more moderators. Get yourself timed out for making outlandish statements. Yeah, ain't no playing. Bungalow 54 is where you go with the herd. I got no patience. Either for God or you love Satan. It's reclassification over entertainment. It's for you. Everybody wanna have a school, but it's for you. Care less what a hater say you do. It's for you. Press 1 if you support. If you don't press 2, it's for you. Teach nothing over here but the living truth. It's for you. Press 1, press 1. 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 Press 1, press 1.
You don't gotta believe me.
Everybody wanna have a school.
I tell you, I got them timelines on point, though. Yeah. Why y'all Bible stories match exactly what happened to us? Go ahead, read.
And in the several states for the Federal Reserve notes, which they bought under House Joint Resolution 192. And FDR brought the gold into Fort Knox for the Federal Reserve. And when the economy failed in the land of America and in the several states, all the Americans came to FDR and said, give us credit, for why should we suffer in thy presence for the economy fails? And Franklin Roosevelt said, mortgage your properties and the government will give you credit if the economy fails. And the people mortgaged their property under the government, and FDR gave them credit in exchange for houses and for farms and for businesses and for all their properties. And he gave them credit for their property for that year.
Look.
And when the year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from our president how that our credit is spent, and our government also has our houses and our businesses and all of our properties. There is not aught left in the sight of our government but our bodies and our lands. Wherefore shall we suffer before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us in our land for credit, and we and our lands will be servants unto the government, and give us security that we may live and not suffer, that the nation may prosper. And FDR bought all of the land of America for the Federal Reserve Bank, for the Americans mortgaged every man his field because the Depression prevailed over them.
But look, check this out. They did this illegally because they took it from you first. They keep saying they took it from the Indians, so they don't have a real story. They took it from you. The freedmen banks. That's crazy, bro.
So the land of America became the Federal Reserve Bank's land. And as for the people, he removed them to the cities under the 9th plank to the Communist Manifesto, from the one end of the borders of America even to the other end thereof. Only the land of the priests bought he not, for the priests of all the incorporated churches had a portion assigned them by government under the tax exemption 501c3. And they did eat their portion which the government gave them, wherefore they sold not their land. Then Franklin Roosevelt said unto the people, behold, I have bought you this day under the Social Security Act and your land under the Federal Land Bank Act for the Federal Reserve Banks. Lo, here is security for you, and you shall work for the national economy. And it shall come to pass when you receive your paycheck that you shall give an income tax of 17 to 75% of all that you produce unto the government, and the rest shall be your own, for the 108 benefits given to you under the Social Security program.
Come on.
And Franklin Roosevelt said, all you have to fear is fear itself. And the people said, you have saved us from the Great Depression. Let us find security under the government, and we will be its servants. And Franklin Roosevelt made it a law over the land of America.
And sold your ass.
That the government should have an income tax of 17 to 75% of everything the people created and produced, except the land of the priests only, which came under tax exemption 501c3. That's a similar story from Franklin Roosevelt and the New Deal. Can you see how God's law governs nations?
Yeah.
That's why, another reason why I think the second coming's coming is there's no place to Exodus 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Where do you go now?
You're stuck.
Exactly. So God's law has blessings and curses. The land shall yield her increase is the blessing. The land will not yield her increase. When America was founded, we produced all of our own food. We now import more than half of the food we consume. Do you see the curse versus blessing?
He made the people lenders. He made you borrowers to foreigners.
We will eat our bread to the full. Our bread will be baked in a factory without nutrition. That's what God's law says. In the early 1900s, most bread was baked at home. Eventually, American bakeries expanded, and homemade bread is now a thing of the past. We now get white bread with zero nutrition.
I think part we have,
I don't
We
believe
shall
it.
pursue our enemies and be victorious. We shall fear our enemies, though none pursue us. Andrew Jackson was outnumbered 10-1 in the Battle of New Orleans, yet was still victorious. This was the norm for the American colonies. Is that the norm today? No. Our storehouses will be blessed. Our storehouses will disappear and we will starve. Just 50 years ago, it was common for every household to have a year's supply of food. The national average today is a 3-day supply of food, and it's only 1 day if you lose your refrigerator because of no electricity. We will have national prosperity. The curse is we will have national debt. The penalty for an unjust weight and balance in the scripture is national debt. In 1933, America removed the gold standard from our money. Take a look at what happened. Our debt skyrocketed since that point. We're not obeying God and keeping his commandments. We shall dwell in the land. We shall go into national captivity. As an American citizen, we are the surety for our national debt.
Told you.
When the debt is called in, the people of America will become debt slaves. It's just a matter of law. You can see how this affects nations. Okay, this is exactly how. What's the solution? If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. That comes from the Torah, you guys. Right in the penalties it says, if they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers.
Straight Wonder Bread.
With their trespass, with which they trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary to me, and
They walking contrary is Nazi. I told you, counterclockwise, backward, chronos, sin, moon cycle, death. No, you're cursed, big time. But you're just a demon in hell, and you found glory in sin. It's okay. You're sexy red right there. Look like she having fun, huh? That's right. Over there this, and over there that. None of these entertainers can teach y'all this. Y'all be using them to vote. They use the entertainers to get you to sell away your power. You don't have a king. Why? You reject the law. That's why. You go vote. Go do something else. You find comfort in their laws. You just like to press one here. Yeah, you don't really believe that. Let's get to it.
Contrary unto them, that's a scary thought. And have brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity, then I will remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham. I will I remember, and I will remember the land. If we repent and start following God's law, he fixes it for us.
But it also says accepting punishment.
Well, yeah, that's the down. We do have to accept our punishment. That means we're going to have to pay for our debt.
That's right.
He's not.
You're gonna have to pay for what you did.
Get rid of all our problems. It's going to take time to get over them and to get out of this hole we've dug. So it's not like he's just a good father. Never just says, "Oh, let me fix it for you."
That's right.
He's going to make us pay some of it. I don't know what that means, but it's not. He's not just going to get rid of it, but he will start that process the minute we repent, and we can count on that. But that's the only solution.
Why y'all ain't repented then? I thought y'all was Christian. Why y'all ain't repented? That's all you had to do. Why you ain't did it? Why y'all keep saying this all we gotta do? Who is we? Who is we? Lord have mercy. I think I've done enough today. Talk about the dead. I don't want to cram too much in your head. I don't want to cram.
All the same thing.
How many lines?
I don't want to cram too much. You feel me? I'm gonna open up these phone lines and tell me what you thought about that video. 424-209-9506. That's 424-209-9506. 424-209-9506.
Checks, nigga, come get that.
What was going through your mind when you did that jump?
That was a lot of information. That was a lot of... We still paying their way with energy. Vote is a word in energy. Vote, don't waste. No. You're talking about VOLT. We're talking about VOTE, the meaning of vote. Okay, whoever you are, Sabrina, Double X, you need to go sit down over there. We're not talking about energy, okay? We're not make-believing in no woman's world or false sense of spirituality. We're talking about VOTE. Don't change it to VOLT, okay? Just VOTE. Stay there. I didn't ask you to clarify nothing. Just VOTE. Don't act like you better than you going faster than the rest of the class or nothing. Because I'm talking about VOTE. Vote. That's what I'm talking about, to get a big understanding. The vote is the power, is the electrical current. VOTE. You talking about that? Press what? Well, listen. Sabrina, you have a great day. Grab your books, exit the building. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sabrina. I really appreciate your time here at the Row. You so taught us everything we need to know. Thank you so much. Thank you. 424-209-9506. Code, a collection of laws and constitutions of the Roman emperors. These going back into codified civil law. Civil law is illegal because it was supposed to be codified common law, but it actually went against common law. It was actually in reverse. What y'all do? Turn the machine around or the paper? Which one did y'all do in reverse? Which one? How did it get reversed? You just turned the paper around or some silly shit. Well, that's how they're growing. That's how they're going to fade out then. An alternate universe where they're freemen and sovereigns in one universe, broke down niggas in ours. And we're broke down niggas in ours, but we're kings and queens in theirs. You see? It's a direct contrast. It's almost a mirror effect. Scientifically, you would have to find that. Coffee and Kush TV, getting back to my studies. I didn't get no callers today, but hey, it's back to work. Shout out to the people I'm working with behind the scenes talking about this digital code. We can't get no further than the understanding of the people. So, being that you need to come alive and have no jurisdiction over you, I think this is something you want to know. We'll be back with more codified information right here from the damn Matrix. And as always, family, I'll holla. already being there, knowing that I'm coming right back. Anyway, so we're going to start this conversation off correctly because it's hard to find people who are willing to call in about these things who are supposed to be studying and they're not studying at all. So I'm bringing B back on the show. Shout out to the few people that's in the chat room waiting and here to listen to what B got to say. Go ahead, B. Read it. Read Matthew 23, and then we're going to go into the scribes and Pharisees and whatever else we got to talk about this morning. Go ahead, champ.
All right. All right, here we go. Matthew 23. Then spake Jesus to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries, and enlarging the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But not ye call Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ. And all ye are brethren. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father, which is in heaven. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ.
So there's no master teacher? Never mind. I'm just joking. I don't want to do them like that.
It's real, but straight up.
Go ahead.
That's it. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entered to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye devour widows' houses. For a penance make long prayers. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye compare sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Woe unto you, ye blind guides, which say, whosoever swear by the temple, it is nothing. But whosoever swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. Ye fools and blind, for whither is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctifies the gold? And whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing. But whosoever swear by the gift that is upon the altar, he is guilty. Ye fools and blind, for whither is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctified the gift? Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar, swear by it and by all things thereon. Whoso swear by the temple, swear by it and by him that dwelleth therein. And he that sweareth by heaven, sweareth by the throne of God, and by him that sitteth thereon. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye pay tithes of mint and and mint and anise and cumin and have omitted the weightier matter of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Ye blind guides, restraining a gnat at the swallow of a camel. Let me read that again. Ye blind guides, restrain at a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye may clean the outside of the cup, but of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess.
Wow. Read that again.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
Because we know the scribes and Pharisees is the federal government. This is the Senate. This is them. The writers of law, this is them. You see, I don't know if you was in class, but yeah, we found out some cold shit. So if we talking common law versus what?
Common law versus civil law.
There we go. Civil law.
Yes, sir.
So these are your scribes and Pharisees. That's Romans, right? And the religious order of the Rome.
All the way back to
There you go, bro.
all the way back to Nimrod.
All the way back
Yes,
to where?
sir.
All the way back to where?
All the way back to
And
Nimrod.
Nimrod was the one who did. What's so important about Nimrod?
He built the Tower of Babel and had all the nations together.
Not only that, he didn't
Yes,
just build the
sir.
Tower of Babel. He built it to defy God and build his way
Yes,
to
sir.
heaven and get back. That would make him the devil. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we talking
sir.
common law versus civil law. All the way back.
Man, that's so.
Go ahead.
Yes, yes, sir. I'm like, man, that's so important to understand the difference. Like, because before I'm thinking just, law, but no, it's a difference. And then how they try to separate church and state, and what's the outcome of that when you do that, and how people thinking. Yes, sir. I'm gonna read that scripture again.
Okay.
At 25.
Now wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
Deborah just contributed another $10. She's so given to this program, bro. But she say, "Hey Kev, this is my cash app. Hey Kev," I'm putting it in my urban slang, B. "Hey Kev."
Okay.
Hey Kev, ain't Matthew 23 on the Nipsey Hussle on Victory Lap boat when he was in the ocean? Didn't we bring that up when Nipsey passed away? Why was Matthew 23 on the boat? I think it was 23 and 10, but it's 23 something. I remember that. Go ahead and shout out to Deb out there.
I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
Damn. Go ahead. That's on Victory Lap, right?
Yeah. When he was on the boat. Yeah, I
we were
remember
just singing that.
speaking on that.
Go
Yes,
ahead,
sir.
bro. That's crazy. Go ahead, champ.
All right, 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you may clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Thou blind Pharisees, cleanse first that which is within the cup and the platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanliness. Whoa. Even so, also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, because ye build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous.
Wow.
And say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
Read it again.
Yes, sir. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets
Go ahead.
and garnish the sepulchre of the righteous.
That's right.
And say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
Now, wait a minute. I don't told you they killed the saints.
Yes, sir.
They say, now they say, and they say if we would have been around back then, we wouldn't have did that. We had no part in that.
For real. Straight hypocrites.
Go ahead, read the next part. Read.
Wherefore, ye be witnesses unto yourselves.
Why?
That ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
Now stop it right there. You already bore witness in that statement alone.
Straight up.
In that statement alone, you bear witness to yourself that you are the children of those who murdered the saints.
We.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
For real.
Ooh-wee.
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 That's
You
it.
bear witness to yourself. That's what you did.
You done called
You
yourself up.
ain't no way out. You don't found yourself guilty of being children of those who murdered, Dad? God is good all the time.
That's the same. Yes, sir.
That's
all
right.
the time. That's the same spirit. It came out. That's that same.
Read it
you
again.
children of-
Read it again. Sound familiar, don't it?
Yes, sir, it does.
That's right.
Yes, sir. It says, and say, and if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the saints.
That's right.
Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourself
Huh.
that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
What if I told you the Freedmen's and the Victorians and the Virginians were the saints under the George? What if I told you that?
Then it makes sense.
It made perfect sense. Then they robbed the saints and murdered them, didn't they?
Murder.
They murdered and called them
Yes, sir.
the hell fighters, because that's what they was fighting against. Go ahead.
Against him. Yes, sir. All right. It says,
Who supplied the
Fill ye
boats to
up.
the hell fighters? J.P. Morgan. Go ahead, read.
J.P. Morgan. Yes, sir. J.P. Morgan. The same one supplied the boats for Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, it's the porters.
The white and black star
It's the
line.
porters. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers, ye serpents, ye generation of vipers. How can ye escape the damnation of hell?
Uh-huh. Go back. Read it
Ooh-wee.
again. Read it again, because you got to understand. Go ahead.
All right, it says, I'm going to start back over here. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
That's right.
Therefore ye be witness unto yourselves
That's right.
that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers, ye serpents, ye generation of vipers.
That's right.
How can ye escape the damnation of hell? Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes.
That's right.
And some of them ye shall kill
That's right.
and crucify.
That's right.
And some of them ye shall scourge
That's right.
in your synagogue
That's right.
and persecute them
That's right.
from city to city,
That's right.
that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, the
That's
son of Bartimaeus, who ye slew between the altar, the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killeth the prophets and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathered her chickens under the wing, and ye would not. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth till I shall say, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. Powerful. Man, describing this generation. And what I'm seeing here, they not only getting the blood on their hands from what they said, being the children thereof, or being the children, they say all the way back to Abel. So they children of Cain.
They children of Cain.
Murderers.
Murderers from the beginning. I know who your father is.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Man, kill. And then like how you showing us like we gotta think about this in law, think about this not in no sandal times, but in these times.
Yes.
And you know, more closer to these times. So all right, a scribe. I looked up what a scribe was.
Now,
I got it
hold
pulled
on.
up.
Everybody pull out their notebooks or open up a new tab or a note fucking app and get ready to take notes because my man don't went and looked up scribes.
Yes, sir.
Why would Nipsey put Matthew 23, why would that be on the side of the boat?
Man, because straight Pharisees, like I'm looking like
Facts.
it's described everything.
Wrong.
Y'all murder.
That's right. Y'all don't
Y'all
mess with the wrong
murderers.
folk.
Y'all love to kill God's people.
That's right.
And then be acting like y'all was holy. But nah, that cup on the outside look clean, but like Jesus just said, man, it's dirty. It's filthy. Oh, full of extortion.
Full of
Man, that's it.
extortion. Look,
Full
bro.
of extortion.
Look.
Yes, sir.
Full of what?
And exit. They balling on us. You know, stunning on us. We got the big house. What kind of job I could make $60,000 to $100,000?
What they say Nipsey was being extorted?
Yep.
So what?
Extortion.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Then he even said, talking about sepulchres, that necromancy. I'm going to read 27.
Go ahead.
He said, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are likened unto whitened sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful on the outside, but within are full of men's bones of all uncleanliness. That made me think about all the bones, kid.
Me too. But just
Yes,
the inside
like,
of
man.
themselves are dead.
Yes, sir.
They put on makeup, but they're dead.
Yep.
They'll get fresh clothes and fresh shoes, walking around like they're alive with a little, no, but they're mentally dead. They're dead. Why would Nipsey put Matthew 23 on the side of the boat? And now that he put it, everything is captured for a reason.
Yes, sir. Everything for a reason. Ain't no accident. Man, and then it's so powerful. It's describing everything. Describing how it really is, how it is, and how to spot them. Like Christ, he was straight explaining how to spot them and what they really doing. And to their face. This wasn't him talking behind like they back or nothing. He telling them. Straight told them. So yeah, kill. It's important.
Okay, so go ahead and read.
Okay, we're gonna go to 1828.
Will you-
Scribe,
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
from Latin. Scribble, from scribbo, to write. Formed probably on the root of grave, scrape, scrub. The first writing was probably engraved on wood or stone. Number one, in a general sense, a writer. Number two, a notary, a public writer. Number three, in ecclesiastical meeting and associations in America, a secretary or clerk, one who records the transactions of an ecclesiastical body. Number four, in scriptures and the Jewish history, a clerk or secretary to the king. Sierra was a scribe to King David. 2 Samuel 8:17. Number five,
Wow.
an officer who enrolled or kept the rolls of the army and called over the names and reviewed them. 2 Chronicles 24:11, 2 Kings 25:19. Number six, a writer and a doctor of the law, a man of learning, one skilled in the law, one who read and explains the law to the people. Ezra 8:1.
What is that?
Scribe. Ezra 8:1.
That's a scribe, right?
Yes, sir.
We
It's
still
a
on.
scribe.
Go ahead.
All right. Scribe, the verb intransitive. To mark by a model or rule, to mark so as to fit one piece to another, a term used by carpenters and joiners. And that's scribe. So, in the sense of law, they the writers and the recorders. The writers and the recorders, but like you was touching on the other day, the last show, like how they changing what's written. You under a curse.
They said, okay, they claim to be under the seat of Moses, right?
Right.
Okay. So who is that?
Oh.
Who's holding the seat of Moses?
Right now, how they got it, the Pope, because they trying to do law, but it's false. It's not. They're not supposed to be there. Being in the vicar of Christ, really, it's supposed to be. It's Christ.
In America, what's the seat?
You got Congress and the lawmakers, the legislative branch.
Okay, and then
That'll
all the
be
way at the top is the who?
The president.
You damn right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir. All the way back up. So wow.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You breaking
Wow.
down with you breaking down scribes, and all I see is the federal government.
Yes, sir. Because they in that position.
Roman rule.
It's
Go ahead.
Roman rule.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Now, I got Pharisees too. All right, Pharisee, Hebrew, to separate. One of a sect among Jews whose religion consists in a strict observance of rite, ceremonies, and of traditions of the elders, who pretended holiness led to them to separate themselves as a sect, considering themselves more righteous than other Jews. So that was they was on some they was pretending, just like Jesus said. He told them to their face, y'all cup look clean on the outside, but it's filthy on the inside. Y'all pretending. I'm like, wow, Kev. Scribes and Pharisees. So the writers, I'm looking like the writers, church and state. The scribes and the Pharisees. But they all on the wrong side of things.
church and
Wow.
the state separated. That's why the
Separated.
Pharisees was trying to have the state convict him.
Right.
But the state said what? That ain't our matter.
We find out.
That ain't our matter.
Right.
They was more like, oh, but he betrayed your law too. So they found that he was guilty of a law of the state, which was claiming to be what? Son of God.
Of the state with
Son of God.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Which they tried to get him for blasphemy.
Yeah, because that's against the law to call the Son of God the Messiah or anything. You didn't know that, did you? That's a law. That's against the law.
But it was true.
No, that's against the law today.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh dang! I
You're
didn't.
still
I'm
under
gonna keep it
Roman
real.
law. You're under Roman law.
Oh yeah, we still under Roman.
Yes,
Yes,
bro.
sir. Okay, thank you. Got you. Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
And I can understand why. I understand why they would make that illegal because that's the end of their rules. You see?
There you go.
I got. We can't have that. Now, I was looking at like the last show you talking about codes, how they on
Before we
binary
get the code,
codes.
before we even go there,
Okay.
go to chief.
Okay.
Go to chief in the 1828.
All right, let's go to chief.
Yeah, because we're going to president, right? You want to prove that the president is what? The seat of Moses.
Yeah, the seat of Moses.
Yeah, and then
They call him
they call him what?
commander in chief.
Okay, so let's
Commander.
Okay, so to break this down, there's no reason to go through anything else. We got to start where? Let's go to.
You gonna
Let's
start right
start
at
with
chief?
president. No, start at president, and to get a
Okay,
complete.
cool.
Since we relating this to scripture, so let's start at president. Go ahead.
Okay, president.
This is great.
All right.
He's the head of the government, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's get to it. We only got through
Okay, here we
government
go.
last time. Now we're on president, the head of the government. Go ahead.
Okay, president, Latin, presidents. All right, an officer elected or appointed to preside over a corporation.
Hold on. Then we
company,
just got finished talking about the courts and how you don't really have no right. You never mind. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, sir. An officer elected or appointed to preside over a corporation, company, or assembly of men to keep order, manage their concerns, or govern their proceedings. As the president of a banking company,
Told you.
the president of a senate, etc. All right. Number 2, an officer appointed or elected to govern a province or territory or to administer the government of a nation. The president of the United States is the chief executive magistrate.
Wait a minute.
Number
The president of the United States is the what?
is the chief executive magistrate.
Make sure y'all write that down because we going back into the chief executive magistrate. Go ahead.
All right, number 3, the chief officer of a college or university. Number 4, tutelar power.
Okay.
A tutelar power.
Okay.
Just Apollo, president of Burst.
Go ahead.
Vice president, one who is second in authority to the president. The vice president of the United States is the president of the Senate, ex officio, and performs the duties of the president when the latter is removed or disabled. Dang.
That, now wait. You see how Kamala
It's
just.
relevant. Everything is super relevant right now. Yeah,
Does it make more sense to you now? All right, now I want you to go over, since he's the chief executive magistrate, I want everybody to go over to Chief. Go ahead.
All right, let's go to chief.
We
right, Chief.
we breaking it down just by reading, bro. So go ahead.
Yes, sir. All right, chief. The adjective. Highest in office or rank, principal, as a chief priest, the chief butler. Genesis 40, verse 9. Among the chief rulers, many believe on him. John 12:10.
Go ahead.
Number 2.
That is letting you know this is where it come from. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Number 2, principal, or most eminent in any quality or action, most distinguished, having most influence,
Go ahead.
commanding most respect, taking the lead, most valuable, most important, a word of extensive use as a country chief in arms. The hand of the princes and the rulers have been chief in this trespass, Ezra 9:2. Agriculture is the chief employment of men.
Go ahead.
Number 3, first in affection, most dear, familiar.
Okay.
A whisperer separated chief friends.
Okay.
Proverbs 16:28. All right, now chief, the noun.
What is chief as
Number
a noun?
1.
What is chief as a noun? Here we go, y'all. Go ahead.
Number 1, a commander, particularly a military commander,
Go ahead.
the person who leads an army,
Yeah, right.
equivalent to the modern terms commander or general in chief, captain, general, or generalissimo. Okay, this is First Chronicles 11:6. Number 2, the principal person of a tribe, family, or congregation, etc. Numbers 3:24, Job 29:25, Matthew 20. Number 3, in chief in English law, in capit, to hold land in chief is to hold it directly from the king by honorable
Look.
personal service.
Look.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. So there it is. A commander in chief is what? A person who holds the fun of the kings.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so okay.
Sir.
So are you done?
No.
Oh.
Oh no. It's a couple. It's a couple more. It's good to pause right there. I'm like, all right, let that say again.
Go ahead.
But we have okay. In heraldry, chief signifies the head or upper part of the escutcheon from side to side, representing a man's head. And chief imports something born in this part. In Spencer, it seems to signify something like achievement, a mark of distinction, as capelet worn with a chief. Number 6, this word is often used in the singular number to express plurality. Excuse me. All right. I took the chief of the tribes, wise men, and known, and made them heads over you. Deuteronomy 1:15. These were the chiefs of the officers that were over Solomon's work. 1 Kings 9:23. In these phrases, chief may have been primarily an adjective, that is, chief men, chief persons. Number 7, the principal part the most or largest part of one thing or of many. The people took of the spoils, sheep, oxen, and the chief things which should have been utterly destroyed. 1 Samuel 15:21. He smote the chief of their strength. Psalm 68:1. The chief of the debt remains unpaid.
Now look
Chief.
at that. Go ahead.
That's it right there.
Look at that.
The chief of the debt remains unpaid.
So
Wow.
the commander in chief is the commander of debt. To remain undead. To remain unpaid and dead in law.
Right. Yes, sir.
You see that?
Exactly.
Gotta
He's
pay-
over the company.
You got to pay the ferry, right?
Gotta pay.
Can't get off the island if you don't pay the.
Pay that fee.
Go ahead.
You can pay that. Yes, sir. I'm like, wow, kid. Yeah, no lie. It's just getting the understanding getting stronger and stronger on what every position really is and what people roles are and what they really have power over.
Facts.
Yeah, like I'm like, wow, man. So you the chief over the company. Like we got chief over the company. The president is the head of the army, but the head of the company. So whatever debt the company owes, you're supposed to oversee that. Your duty is to make sure them bills get paid.
Yeah,
Just like
he's playing the role of an overseer in the seat.
right, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now let's go to magistrate when you finish with this.
All right, magistrate.
Too many adjectives, not enough what?
Not enough now.
Nouns are places, people, places, and things.
For real.
I gotta make sure.
That's all
This one, these little small things we all remember in school. Like, hey, that's true though. Nigga, everybody know them folks. Nouns is people, places, or things, bro. Like, you gotta know. You gotta learn, have some type of comprehension skills out here. You get locked in the dream world and don't come back to reality. You start calling your little adjective, allegorical world the truth and forget about the noun. And you don't know about the noun, you be stuck in praising a dead God corporation with a nice gown on for the rest of your life thinking you dying for Jesus.
For real.
You end up, you gonna let your mamas and aunties convince you to make a deal with the devil. The signing of that deal come with your tombstone. See, we'll get back to the truth. We'll get back to the truth later.
All right. Magistrate.
That's right.
Latin. Magistratus.
Now you see why Nipsey don't have a headstone? Never mind. Let's get back to it. Go ahead.
All right.
I'm hitting y'all today. I told y'all, and you know what? Y'all not supporting the broadcast, but I know who is. Deborah Nichols from Florida. Betty Hampton, thank you for that $5. Taj, thank you for that $6. Bocat with that $4. And Deborah again with that extra 10. And Pop Deuce. For you too, Professor, thank you for everything. Thank you, Pop Deuce, with your contribution to this program. What's up, champ? Go ahead.
All right, magistrate. Magistratus from Magister, Master, Magic.
Wait, Master.
Major.
Master.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
He said God said don't call nobody what?
Nobody, no man your master.
Then.
Yes, sir. Magis.
It just let you
Major.
know right there that the Bible is talking about us today.
Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir. All right, major. and steer. Teutonic styria, a director. Styrian, to steer. The principal director, a public civil officer invested with the executive government or some branch of it. In this sense, a king is the highest and first magistrate, as is the president of the United States. But the word is more particularly applied to subordinate officers as governor, intendants,
What I tell you? What I tell you?
prefects, patrons, justices of the peace, and the like. The
So that's
magistrate
like
must have
Governor. That's like Governor Newsom and Governor this and Governor that and Senator this and Senator that. All y'all doing is sinning again.
right, making them your master. Damn.
Not like this.
You just sinning again. That's what you get for playing around in the decoded amended law program. Go ahead, King, and finish what you were saying. Whatever you want to say. Go ahead.
All right, it was saying, but the word is particularly about the subordinate officers as governors, intendants, prefects, mayors, justices of the peace, and the like. Magistrate must have his reverence.
I'm sorry, y'all, but I had to tell the truth. I had to.
Hey, straight up.
I told you, and you making these people master over you.
You are.
Yeah.
Dang, wow.
Yeah, when you
making them a major, that's why you're a minor.
Say that again.
Magistrate means major.
Major, and you're what?
Minor.
That means
you're a minor.
minority. So you need a minority report, right? You need a minority report, and you need a man in the high castle. We'll continue on.
Yes, sir. And it says the magistrate must have his reverence, the laws, their authority. So they doing it on authority of the law, but really, if we look at law without amended law, common law, or the civil law, they have no jurisdiction. You giving them jurisdiction.
There you go. Say it again, Champ.
Man,
say it again. Now say it again, so they can understand.
With it's saying the law is their authority. You giving them authority by making them master, a major over you.
That's right.
But they are going. It says they're public civil servants. Civil servants have no jurisdiction
over
common
what?
law.
Over common law. You're a child of the king.
Yes, sir.
You're a child of God, as they say. But if you understood what God
Yes,
was and what a king truly is in a republic, what a republic truly is, and how you were freemen and Virginians, you're nothing more than fallen angels who have to get back to the law.
To the law.
To the law.
Because they use the law as their authority. You don't know the law, so that's how
you see that woman, the police just walk in her house and kill her.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
That's abuse of
yeah,
power.
And you know what the name
That's not even legal. That's not even legal. Nothing was legal. That's
Nothing
a civil servant telling a sister,
coming in my house.
I'm going to shoot you in your face.
I'm scared of hot water.
And that's because the black men in America are weak. And I don't mean weak and can't do push-ups and weights. I mean
weak in law.
Weak in law, unarmed, shamed, completely naked, knowing nothing.
And
they
like
can't even defend the sister. They wait on the lawbreakers to make new law that's gonna say, "Oh, we sorry again." Candace Owens is running. This ain't a racial thing. Oh, this is a legal racial thing. This is a racial and a legal matter. This is all of it. Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
I'm just thinking, having a man that knows law, that situation wouldn't even happen.
The facts.
At all.
Facts.
He would know. We know he has rights.
Wait a minute.
You can't do that.
You can't look to one lawyer ordained by the damn Bar Association to know law being crump. It's every man. That's his duty. If not, you living in sin. And if you know what sin is, you will know believing in moon worship. You be calling the moon worship and thinking the black woman or any woman is the head of household, and you're calling her wrath. You need to come on out here with the big boys and play instead of joining up, putting on costumes, yelling that's right, and street corners by the droves instead. Nobody know law. You can't do nothing without
Straight
the law.
up, Kev. Even when we were just reading in Matthew, talking about they phylacteries. Jesus was talking about their phylacteries and how they like to have these garments on and stuff. It made me think about that.
Look, easy.
And I'm like, man, that's crazy, man. He described this whole thing like them boys for real. For real. Dang, kid.
How you gonna stop the federal assault, the Satan's assault on our people when you are 5031560 indebted into the corporation? You're dead, champion.
Yes, sir.
You died when you joined the organization that made you dead in the law.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, wow.
Dead, bro. How you gonna fight? You don't even know the law. You don't even know what your God told you a long time ago in Genesis what the rules is. He told
Rule
you
number one, have no other God.
before me. What you talking about?
Before. Man.
These are all on the Bill of
Mhm.
Rights. These are all on the bill. What makes you think Kamala lesbian orchestrated marriages is going to work with God? What is y'all with law? Where's y'all thinking?
She's already showed you she don't work with law. Even by y'all law, the man was supposed to be free. You gonna leave him in jail?
Fact.
You're
She
unjust.
have no compassion. There's no spirit of the law.
Yeah.
Not only is she to have no spirit, she doesn't even uphold the law that they have for themselves. She is untrustworthy, just like Joe Biden was. They'll make up a crime bill that says this brother can't be rehabilitated. What's wrong with you? The Bible say, woe to you who shut the doors of heaven.
Man, straight up. Now I understand what that really means. You shutting the door. Wow.
You gonna sell them the drugs, give it to them, and watch them, then put it in a film called Snowfall, and say, yeah, Feds and CIA was running this, along with the cartels.
Man, that crafty counsel.
Come on, King.
Making trap. Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Finish what you was saying.
Now, that was the end of magistrate.
Okay.
And
So he's the chief executive magistrate.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And a public civil servant.
Bingo.
So this is civil.
Okay. So what's
Yes, sir.
what's an officer?
Let's get it.
Oh yeah, they run when I get on this reality. Ain't nothing but blue moderators talking right now. Everybody quiet. Look at this. Yeah. They gonna run from Kev. That's right.
You gonna run, but you ain't gonna go nowhere because you still stuck in the same thing. You need to sit down and learn something.
No, they don't want to learn.
Straight
They
up.
didn't want to learn. They just wanted to stand there and wanted to play around for 4 years.
Yup. That's all right. That's on you. I got officer. And now,
Hold on, B. Let me look around in the crowd real quick from my podium. let me get theatrical with this shit, man. No, hell no. Go ahead, Key.
okay, officer. A person commissioned or authorized to perform a public duty.
That's right.
Officers are civil.
Go ahead.
military
Uh-huh.
or ecclesiastical.
Now, ecclesiastical is biblically lawful.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
So, I don't mean to
No.
but it made me think.
Okay, civil and military is coded.
Right.
Ecclesiastical is biblical. So a kingdom of
Yes,
heaven,
sir.
a kingdom of God is ecclesiastical, is it not?
It is.
Okay,
Yes,
it is. So it's still common law versus.
Civil.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
So you're an officer in our kingdom, or you an officer of the world in civil?
Right. Yes, sir.
It's two different things.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay. There are greater officers of state and
They are great officers of state, not greater, just great.
I'm sorry. Yeah, let me say it right. There are great officers. Let me say it right.
Robert Ory was a great basketball player. You catch him. Kevin Garnett was a great basketball player. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, got
okay,
you,
go
got
ahead.
you.
But they wasn't greater than Kobe.
Nah, not greater.
Okay,
Let me say it right.
Paul
That
Pierce
means
out there
something
somewhere,
different
mad as
about
hell.
that.
He wasn't greater than Kobe. Go ahead, Chapman. I just want to make a reference.
Nah, that's right. There are great officers
Go
of
ahead.
the state
Go ahead.
and subordinate officers. Military and naval officers of the same grade usually take rank according to the dates of their commission.
Mm-hmm.
Non-commissioned officers are nominated by their captains and appointed by the commanders, officers of regiments. Officer, verb transitive, to furnish with officers, to appoint officers over.
No, go ahead.
Count Pulaski
Uh-huh.
raised a legionary corps,
There they go.
which he officered principally with foreigners.
There you go.
Oh, snap.
Look at that. Who Count
Oh.
Pulaski raised a legion? Ain't legion in the Bible? Who are they?
Legion.
Okay.
All of yes, sir.
Oui. French, right?
Yep. French foreign legion.
They on fire over there in Paris. You know that.
Yeah, and there ain't no accident. Judgment. Ain't no karma. Judgment. Yes, sir.
He said, no, this ain't karma. This is judgment on there. Oh, my goodness.
Judgment.
All right, so chief executive magistrate. Okay, so we pretty much broke down what his whole federal position is in his chief executive officer, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So he's the highest of the officers, but he's also magistrate, chief executive magistrate.
Right. All under civil law. All under civil law.
Okay.
And you know what I think? Not to cut you off, and I think about like with our people, they keep our people in a civil mind state, civil rights. You need to fight for civil rights.
Well,
Not
they
knowing
get you.
that
They
you
get you
have,
to. Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
not knowing that you have common law,
You
like
fighting.
in school. I think about
You
that.
fighting for their rights. You don't fight and brought over
Right.
the
Fighting
Indians
for
over.
them. And they get you from a little kid, Kev. That man, I remember
You
elementary
fighting for
school.
civil rights, and that ain't even your right. That's not a right. That's
That
liberty.
You got freedom under King George, common law, and they don't teach you about common law in elementary school. They teach you civil rights.
So,
they want your mind there.
they want you to vote and stay out the Supreme Court and charge them with a crime. But okay, so let's look up the term vote. What is that? Go ahead.
Let's get it. What is really going on? Vote. Oh yeah. Vote. Vote them. From Vovi to vow. Oh wow.
What?
Vote 'em is
now
proper.
wait. Let's say it again. To what?
To vow.
To vow. Go ahead.
To vote 'em is properly wish or will.
Now wait a minute.
Number
Wish.
one.
Now wish. You said wish.
Yes, sir.
Now didn't I just tell them they was wishing on a star?
Yup.
Trying to find out
Dang,
and trying to
boy.
find out who they are. And I wish for all the rainbows that they see. And I wish for all the people who can achieve. What? Okay then. And
Dang.
now it's the expression of a wish. Now wait a minute. Vote means suffrage.
Suffrage.
What was suffrage? Wait a minute.
Man.
No, wait a minute. Wait one motherfucking minute.
Root word.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here we go. Go ahead. Finish it up, man.
All right. Suffrage. The expression of a wish, desire, will, preference, or choice in regard to any measured purpose in which the person voting has an interest in common with others, either in electing a man to office or passing laws, rules, regulations, and the like. This vote or expression of will may be given by holding up the hand or raising or standing up by the voice, viva voce,
You get your consent
By
all
ballot.
these ways. Go ahead.
for real, by ballot, by a ticket or otherwise. All these modes and others are used, hence. 2, that by which will or preference is expressed in elections or in deciding propositions.
Are you in the
A ballot?
1800?
Are we in the 1828?
1828?
Yeah, I'm here. No doubt.
Okay, so you already did one. A vote, a voice given in deciding a controverted question.
Yes, sir.
And
I'm on
or
number
in,
2.
okay, or in the choice of man for an office or trust. Nothing can be more grateful to a good man than to be elevated to office by the unbiased suffrage of free, enlightened citizens. Okay, now go to number 2, sir.
That by which will or preference is expressed in elections or in deciding propositions.
You don't see that?
A ballot?
It don't say united voice of persons in public prayer.
No, that's
You don't-
why I'm tripping. When
You don't
said
got that?
No. They don't want me to read it. Hold on, new tab. I'm gonna pull it back up on a new tab. That's crazy. That's why.
Number
it's
3
important.
is aid and assistance. Help.
Number three, expression of a will be a majority legal decision by some expression of the minds
Oh, you're
of
on. You're
a
on.
number.
Okay. I see where you at. I see exactly where you
Yeah.
are. Okay. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay, number 4. That'll
mine-
be number 4. That'll be number 4 there. Go ahead.
Right. Number 4, unite voices in public prayer. So a vote is a prayer?
Yes, sir. What prayer are you supposed to be
Oh,
saying?
man. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
So the Bible is
Thy
telling you against this civil corporation by telling you the rules of the game. As long as you follow these rules, you cannot be civilly overthrown by a corporation or a dead state. Let's see how long you'll take to lose your republic.
Wow.
Go
And even George, if you can keep it. Because dang, got you. Okay, vote. Verb and transitive. To express or signify the mind, will, or preference in electing men to office or in passing laws, regulations, and the like, or in deciding on any proposition in which one has an interest with others. In elections, men are bound to vote
Told you.
for the best men to fill offices according to their best knowledge and belief. To vote for a do list is to assist the prostration of justice and indirectly to encourage the crime. What?
What?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
To vote, wow. To vote for a do list is to assist in the prostration of justice and indirectly to encourage the crime. They used to. Wow, bro. So it's a crime for them to put civil law over common law, and I'm encouraging them to come. Damn. Wow, bro.
Keep going, champion.
All right, verb and transitive. Number 1, to choose by suffrage, to elect by some expression of will, as the citizen voted their candidate into office with little opposition. 2, to enact art established by vote or some expression of will. The legislator voted the resolution unanimous.
You almost blacked out there. Stay with me, bro. Take your time. Breathe.
Hey,
breathe,
bro, I ain't gonna lie
Just
to
breathe.
you, bro.
Breathe, damn it. Breathe.
All right. Unanimously.
Dr. King, is you with me? Is you with me, Dr. King? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. All right. To grant by vote or expression of will. Parliament voted them 100,000 pounds. Now, Kev, that really tripped me out. It's a straight crime.
It's a crime. They voted to get the money from Grover Cleveland to J.P. Morgan. They just gave it to the Russian. The Porter. Go ahead.
So I'm participating in the crime if I deal with it.
Yes, sir.
Indirectly.
I told you I had a vision. I see dead people voting for their enslavement. I see it. The Bible just told us about the wound that grazed their head, and nobody's paying attention. They because of their of wanting to be silly. They not listening to Mr. Gillespie to break down the beast. They hoping I'm wrong, B. They like, man, I pray to God that Kevin is wrong to validate that I can vote and take part in a crime this time and do bad thing and act niggerly toward my brother. Go ahead.
For real, Kev, they tripping. Man, you breaking it down by definition. Now, see, if you didn't bring up, let's look at the definition of vote. I learned something new today. It says a crime. That's unlawful. Like how I'm going to participate or encourage a crime. Directly or indirectly, I'm still guilty of it. That's, man. So.
How you going to get mad and all y'all criminal?
Straight up.
No matter who win or lose, all y'all against God. You against the king. You against his will. You against the republic. You against the son. You against Christ. You against the inevitable fool. Go ahead.
Which make you anti.
You are anti-Christ. Nation.
Yes, sir.
That's what you are. Antichrist.
Antichrist.
That's right. That's why you can't see the P, because you Antichrist. That's why you not waiting on the Lord, because you Antichrist. That's why you sit in classroom playing, walking with Mr. Gillespie and his trusted superhero P and Wakanda itself, because you are dead in Antichrist. Go ahead, King.
Man, Kill.
That's why you're not calling in, because you're dead and you're against God, Jim. Yes.
I got it pulled up already.
Pull it up, B. Pull it up.
Antichrist.
Go ahead.
It's the noun. Greek. Against. And Christ. Sir. A great adversary of Christ.
That's right.
The man of sin described.
The what?
The man of sin described.
That's right. All of
2:18. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 1.
That's right.
Revelation 9:1. Protestants generally suppose the adversary to be the papal power, and
The
some
Catholic Church.
divine-
I'm throwing
Yes,
stuff now.
sir.
Go ahead. Now I'm
And
throwing
some
things.
divine-
I'm in the office raising the hell, raising the hell around the room. Go ahead. Nobody want to be in the office to me. Water bottles and Coke cans get to flying and Go ahead.
All right. Protestants generally suppose this adversary to be the papal power.
That's
and
right.
some divines believe that in a more general sense, the word extends to any person who denies Christ.
That's
or opposes
right. Or
or
opposes the coming of the King.
Christianity.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And-
Sachetta. That's right, champ. I see dead
Yes, sir.
people. That why nothing work. Because you can't fuck with the King. That's why. That's why.
Can't do it.
Bars.
It's against the rules.
It's against the rules of the game. Would you want to see a miracle moment? Do something then. Huh. Message. Go ahead, King.
Straight up, that's Antichrist. I'm glad they already had that pulled up. I looked it up. 1828. That's what it is. That's what it is. Like, wow. Code. Can I read code, or you want me to hold up on that?
Let me see on code. Oh yeah, the
They-
Macho
they
Man
took it
Randy Savage. Yeah. Now go to wheel. Just go to wheel before we get to code, because code is the changing of God laws and amending and all of these things. So that's coming up
Yes,
right
sir.
after we get past this wheel. Go ahead. And these what we talked about a wish, right? We talked about a wish,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So what's the wish? Go to wish.
Go to Wish.
Damn, I feel like this the first day of everybody's school.
Well, my phone.
It's like we
I got
lost.
so many tabs open.
It's like we lost track of even words. We've been talking so much, we forgot to keep it simple, and started being civil. Go ahead.
Hold on, Kel. My phone can't even hold it. Yeah. I got so many tabs open, this can't hold it. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, you got time. Go ahead.
Let me get some space on here. All right.
What are you gonna do when Hulkamania and 30,000 Hulkamaniacs run wild on you, brother?
They gonna run. All right. We going to Wheel or Wish. Come on. Oh, no. Here we go. Do it. Man, here we go. That's right. Wheel. Wish or Wheel? Which one first?
Wish first.
Let's go to Wish.
Because that's a
All
vote.
right, Wish.
Because that's a vote.
That's a vote.
Disneyland.
To have a desire.
Disneyland say you got to make a wish to go to Disneyland. Go ahead.
To have a desire or strong desire, either for what is or is not supposed to be obtainable. It usually expresses less than long, but sometimes it denotes to long or wise earnestly. We often wise for what is not obtainable. This is as good as an argument as an antiquary could wish for. They have more than heart could wish. Psalms 73:7. I have wished above all things that thou mayest prosper. John 2:1. They cast 4 anchors out of the stern and wished for the day. Man, that sound like Tethering. Acts 27:29. That sound like Tethering.
Wow.
Number 2, to be disposed or inclined as to wish well to other affairs.
Damn. So,
Another,
was we not wish well? Bon voyage? Did we not die at sea?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely so.
So you taking part in the genocide itself?
Man, you taking part, indirectly or not, you taking part in a major crime. Blasphemy and all of
It's
that
blasphemy,
treason.
bro. There you go.
Yes, sir. Dang. Dang, bro. It says, number 3, it sometimes
Hold up.
partakes of hope.
See, you're not gonna fear the Lord thinking about it the way your mama taught you and your sister. No, you're gonna fear the Lord when you see the responsibility that it bears to keep the law and to keep a country and keep a nation and keep your word and be trustworthy within yourself. Oh no, y'all having a big purging. I would hate to know which side y'all belong to. Oh, it's a big one going on.
Man, speaking of fear, I said something yesterday to somebody talking about they were scared to do something. I was like, nah, ain't no fear. Only fear belong to God. You supposed to put it where it belongs. You putting it on something else, you gonna go wrong, bro. Fear belongs to God. That's the first step of wisdom. Fear of the Lord. So
That's
like,
right.
in the sense of, like, man, that's how you keep yourself straight. Fear of the Lord.
You should be
Yes, sir.
fearing God if you keep the law. You should be really scared when judgment comes. And it ain't just Esau, it's you. Allowing yourself
Right.
to keep your mouth closed in a time of war. God needs you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got to do my part. Yes, sir. All right, number 3. It sometimes partakes of hope or fear. I wish the event may prove fortunate or less calamity than we apprehend.
That's hope.
Number 6. That's hope.
That's Obama for your ass.
Yup.
I hope. Hope.
Hope.
Not my God. Hope. That's fear-based. What? That's a precaution before you even get started. Hope. We're making it.
Doubt.
Yeah. If we going fishing, don't nobody in this car say, I hope we get there. Nigga, get out. You ain't put none on no gas. All you do lie, cheat, and steal. I didn't even want to pick you up to go get out the fucking car right now hoping. Nigga, this a motherfucking German made. We going, nigga. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Wish. Verb and transitive. Number 1, to desire. I wish your prosperity. Let them be given backwards and put to shame that wish me evil. Psalms 40, verse 14. Number 2, to long for, to desire eagerly or ordinarily. It has this sense when expressed with emphasis. Number 3, to recommend by wishing. I would not wish them to a fairer death. Number 4, to imprecate as to wish curses on an enemy. Number 5, to ask, to express desire. Wish, the noun. Desire, sometimes eager desire. Job 33:6. Number 2, desire expressed. Bliss be thy blister be thy tongue for such a wish. Number 3, things desired. He has his wish.
You see why people?
The difference
You see
between-
why our people talk to God like they wishing for things?
Right. Wishing for prosperity, wishing for this and
For
that.
the things in
Right.
their heart, the things they desire the most.
Yes, sir. Wow. Yes, sir. That's definitely true. All right. The difference between wish and desire seems to be that desire is directed to what is obtainable, and wish may be directed to what is obtainable or not. So you wishing you wishy-washy, wishy-washy. God, you wishy-washy.
Lukewarm,
Like,
decide to go
Straight
with the
up.
blowing with the wind.
for real. You ain't got your mind set. Wishy-washy, out here wishing.
So we got will.
Damn.
We don't followed all this, right? Now, can you go to what did we say? From suffrage, wish. Now go to will.
Go to will. All right, will. The noun. That faculty of the mind by which we determine either to do or forbear an action. The faculty which is exercised in deciding among two or more objects, which we shall embrace or pursue. The will is directed or influenced by the judgment.
Now wait a minute.
The understanding.
Now wait a minute.
Wow.
That sounds like two different presidents.
Yes,
Look
sir.
like y'all operating backwards, like out of a false sense of will.
Yes, sir.
It's the what the express in
Thank you.
deciding among two or more objects. If we're talking chessboard, yeah. We're talking science, right? Two or more particles, objects, reality, two or more people,
Right.
which we
Right.
shall embrace or pursue. Kamala or
Donald Trump.
bingo. Remember when Neo said, the problem is choice,
The red and blue.
the red and blue. The red and blue pill, remember?
Yes, sir.
Here it is.
Democracy.
Here,
Republic.
here it is. Democrat Republic.
Yes, sir.
No king. No will of God.
No king.
Will of man.
Civil versus common.
There you go.
Yes, sir. All right. It says the will is directed or influenced by judgment.
Look.
The understanding or reason compares different objects which operate as motives. The judgment is determined which is preferable. The will decides which to pursue.
You see why in Loki
And
they said,
others-
the lady said we live in between time. In between time is like judgment day. They keep reliving right before judgment. They have to like
Right,
stay
they
in
try-
the Terminator solstice, like in between. So they must keep the wheel turning backwards. They're Nazi. You know the backward spinning wheel?
Yes, sir.
Like Cat Williams said, that little chain he be wearing about Anunnaki bullshit, that's the wheel. Remember we were talking
Yeah,
about the wheel?
the black sun fight.
There you go. They want the wheel
Yes, sir.
rolling back to keep the wheel or the vote per se locked. They need Pandora's box closed?
Closed.
Of course.
Because that's the end for them.
That's it.
That's their judgment day. They don't want to see judgment. We got at the end, it's judgment.
That's why Terminator
Wow.
Judgment Day and all that stuff was coming out, is because this is real if you can perceive it correctly.
Yes, sir. Wow. All right. The will is directed or influenced by the judgment. The understanding or reason compares different objects, which operate as motives. The judgment determines which is preferable. The will decides which to pursue.
Okay.
In other words, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
In other words, we reason with respect to the value or importance of things. We then judge which is to be preferred, and we will take to take the most valuable. These are but different operations of the mind, soul, or intellectual part of man. Great disputes have existed respecting the freedom of the will. Will is often quite a different thing from desire.
There you go.
All right. So will versus vote, because vote is the wish or desire.
There you go.
Okay. A power over a man's substances amounts to the power over his will.
Now stop right there.
No.
Now stop right there.
Yes.
And our sayings to another level. And put it on T-shirts and market intellect. Okay. A power over a man's substance amounts to a power over his will. You see that? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. A bunch of niggas complaining about women mean they ain't got none.
Right. Right. Yes, sir.
You see? A bunch of niggas complaining about how they don't like their job, meaning they just been there too damn long. Who you talking to? You? It's all
You can
inside
change
of
it.
you. It's up to you to change that. I change my circumstance and listen to my willpower as I dive into what I know and how it transmits to not only just you, but other people in my team. Giving them the confidence they need to and the strength they need to, that their will moves accordingly so that their substance is great. Go ahead. Number two,
choice, determination. It is my will to persecute the trespasser.
that's right.
Yes, sir. Number 3, choice, discretion, pleasure. Though then guilty at thy will chastise. Number 4, command, direct. Our prayer should be according to the will of God.
And what's the will of
Number
God?
5.
What's the prayer? What is the
Our
will?
Father.
Our Father who art in heaven.
Who art in heaven.
Now, you see the difference
sir.
between dead and alive?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Number 5, disposition, inclination, desire. What is your will, sir? In this phrase, the word may also signify determination, especially when addressed to a superior. Number 6, power, arbitrary disposal. Deliver me not over to the will of my enemies. Psalms 27:3. Number 7,
Go ahead.
divine determination.
Go ahead.
Moral purpose
That's right.
or counsel.
That's right.
Thy will be done. The Lord's Prayer.
Prayer. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Number 8, testament. The disposition of a man's estate to take effect after his death. Wills are written or non-occupative, that is verbal.
Go ahead.
Good will. Number 1, favor, kindness. Number 2, right, intention. Philippians 1:6. Ill will, enmity, unfairness. It expresses less than malice. To have one's will to obtain what is desired. At will, to hold in the state at will
Told you.
of another. To enjoy the possession at his pleasure.
Look at that.
And be
Read
liable.
now. Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Will. Okay. At will. To hold in a state at will of another is to enjoy the possession at his pleasure and be liable to be ousted at any time
At what
by
time?
the less proprietor.
At any
At
time.
any time.
Judgment.
At any time.
At any time. So yeah, you can eat. You can eat off the bread, but when judgment is called, there's no escape.
Yes, sir.
Didn't say it was right. Didn't say do it, fool. Don't run when judgment is called on you.
Yes, sir. Okay, will with a wisp.
So wait,
That
now
with
before we
a-
get to this, before you continue
Okay.
on, because they can do this themselves. To vote
Yeah, 'cause
is to grant by vote or an expression of will. You're giving them power over your will. This is where the bar come in, the power of attorney.
Exactly. So yeah, you're right. To vote is to give them power over your will.
There you go. Won't get me ever again.
For real. Now it happened and we understand. Check, like you say, check.
Check.
Got it.
Check.
Yes. Check.
Shout out Steve
Got it,
Coakley.
sir.
Check. Can't move there.
Check.
Can't sit here. Seats taken.
Mm-hmm.
Check.
This is paid.
I say they don't go. And you know what the 100th monkey syndrome do? What that do, B? If one monkey, which would be me, cause I'm the monkey, you know that's what they think about us. I'm the monkey.
That's all right.
All right, that's okay, cause we got a scientific theory. It's called the 100th monkey. We gonna call it the 100th nigga syndrome.
Yes, sir.
Let's keep it 100. Let's go zero to Kev and get it real hot. You feel me? You know, zero to Kev, make it real hot. Go ahead, B.
Yes, sir. It's about to spread like wildfire. For real.
Like France. Oh, that was a bad joke. Go ahead.
But that's what it is. Once that understanding hit, it's gonna jump. That's what it's gonna do. It's about to jump. Everybody gonna understand it. Everybody that's hearing this, understanding it's gonna spread it straight up. All these definitions that was read today that's being read,
I didn't make this
giving us
up.
to understand. Nah, it's written in the word. It's written in the 1828 dictionary.
Which is the blue letter, which is the Hebrew blue letter.
Got them. No way around. Hey, it's what it is. So understanding what they really trying to get us to do to help us make the decision. Like we were just talking about will. Understanding what will is.
They like, hurry up, they just killed a black lady. Hurry up, they just shot this person. Hurry up and vote red. Hurry up and vote Republican. Now we back about to be fucked up again because we looking at each other like, who you voting for? You know who you bet. Man, forget all that. Look, this is the truth. The more you vote for this system over you, I'm not talking about federal citizens or people like y'all. Don't listen to me and get deported or what they call aborted. I'm talking to my people of this land. Don't fuck around and think there's something you can sign up to know this. No, ain't no special hat or garment that you gotta wear to know this.
For real. You gotta have determination of the mind. We can't be wishy-washy. I have to be determined in my actions. I have to stand up. I have to know what I'm doing.
You make me laugh because it's like when you look at your child and he finally make a compound sentence and you like, there you go, man, just do it like it. You always surprise me with that shit. You do that to most. You just use the word so gracefully. Yeah, man. You can't be wishy-washy.
You have to. Can't be wishy-washy. You got to be sure and knowing what will is. Let the will direct your judgment. Will of God direct your judgment. Yes, sir.
But all judgment is what?
Say that one more time.
All judgment is passed to the Son.
Oh yeah, John 5:22. Man, I'm quoting that. I never forget, like they say, never forget. John 5:22. The will. God judges no man.
See, Lewis said, get out of Babylon. You can't get out of Babylon. See, Lewis, you can't wishful think this. You can't. You tell me how you gonna get out of Babylon. And Angelita, you tell me how you been out of Babylon since 2016, and you in it right now. You in it.
Dang.
They have jurisdiction over. What you talking about? See, this is why I can't do it. Now, what I mean by that is I can do it. I'm just be capping. But you cannot fake nothing. You're dead. First and foremost.
For real, you gotta know that the first step of getting help is admitting that you have a problem. I ain't joking, for real, but it sounds funny. But for real, like, you know what? I'm dead. Now, how I'm gonna get up out of here? How does it work? You know, for real, kids, like, man, I can say, like, I ain't dead all day.
They get mad. They get mad at me. Oh, why you say it like that, man?
That's what it is.
That's what it is. I'm pretending you alive and all this. Call it in and show me. Press 1.
For real, like, man, you can't pretend that because you can act. You can act or wish that.
You can type it all you want, Angelita. It's more to this than just voting. We just breaking down word. You just reacting on the word. You're supposed to be taking notes. Call it in now. Now I'm calling you to the front. Call it in now. Don't even say nothing else. Angelina Louise and Angelina Moore, both of you, trolling at the same damn time. Press 1. This is what you get. Go ahead, B.
Yes, sir. Yeah, talking about that judgment at John 5:22.
That's right.
For the Father judges no man, but had committed all judgment unto the Son. So they fearing that judgment day because they know the heir or the proprietor at any time, like you just said,
That's right.
at any time.
That's right.
You gotta get out of here. You're not, you're untrustworthy. Wow.
You're untrustworthy, meaning you're not. Being untrustworthy is a small term used to say I don't trust that person and you shouldn't either. But not being trustworthy is not being worthy of the trust.
Right. Exactly.
You feel me?
Not being worthy.
There you go. So the garments that you're wearing, you're not even worthy of the president of the seat of Moses. That's the seat of authority.
For real.
Yes.
You've been out here committing crimes.
Legally.
They
don't admit it to crimes. Yeah, they don't amend crimes to be legal.
You should have could changed the law that's enableable. I don't trust you. Straight up. You ousted from this position. That's judgment. You being ousted at any time. Dang. That's it. Like, wow. I don't trust you. You are supposed to be fiduciary over the trust. That's what that position is as of
You're
today.
supposed to be vicar of Christ. You're supposed to be holding
For real.
it until. But you don't turn the vicar of Christ into, that's a trust holder of Christ, into a religious structure where you put a god fish head on your head and sit it on an island somewhere and develop a whole nation out of blasphemous vipers. The Bible already said you raised up a nation that's worse than you.
Straight up. And y'all killed saints and prophets.
And they killed the saints and the prophets. And they children know to this day that they just say, that wasn't us. We didn't do that. Y'all, we can't be blamed. Tell it to the judge. Yes, you can. You are guilty of the transgressions of your forefathers. And just you bear witness against yourself. That's already guilty. What that means is you're on stolen land. Guilty. You're antichrist. Guilty. You committed murder, your forefathers, in order to get to land. Everything is void. Everything is false. The whole federal system have committed a black African-American freedman sovereign genocide against God and the kings and queens of the daughters and the sons of freedom. Let's keep it simple. Not civil. Let's keep it simple.
Y'all committed genocide.
Yes, you did. And you made our people minority and decided to be major. A dead corporation to keep us dead forever. In law.
Ever. You have no jurisdiction. That's not your dominion. You ain't supposed to be over there.
Thank
Trying
you.
to rules. You're not supposed to do that. Dang, Kill.
Yes, sir.
I'm going out of town. I tell you, watch my house. I come back, you like, this is my house. What?
God told them to hold this trust until the coming. They said, no, this trust big enough for the whole world to eat. This ain't fair.
That's not for you to decide. It's not yours. Dang, it's not yours.
He said, this is for this person down the line, 3 times removed, the 4th, that's him. You said, no, we going to create a whole religion to fool everybody and keep the beneficiary package to ourselves. That's what you got here.
It's all ours. We just gonna keep it at my house. Keep it at your house. Oh, that's crazy.
That's why I love this nigga, but my man said, this is all ours. We just gonna keep it at our house. This oh, B, you just make my heart just like, bruh, come alive. I mean, this is all ours, though. We gonna keep it over here. Can we get our broom back? Damn.
Making little songs and everything. This is trying to hypnotize the kids. This land is our land. This man was meant to be Andy. Oh, damn. So we like, hold on, now it's everybody.
Now
You a melting pot. This brother's not right. Oh, bro. That's something. No. They talking equality instead of equity. Equity based on your rank and your position.
Oh, they don't need me walking around this motherfucker real niggerly. You feel me? Real stingy. They don't like this all
For
ours.
real.
Huh?
All over.
What about
Yeah,
us?
kill. Wow.
And then from that position, this all ours, they all say what? No, this ain't got nothing to do with you. This all ours, not yours. Wait a minute, you said this was all ours. Yeah, well, we meant all ours, not yours.
For real. You from Africa. Go back to Africa.
Crazy.
For real, go back to Africa. Get your black son back to Africa. Right now. We brought you over here. You need to be grateful for being over here. That's some more density. Like, oh, man.
You better fear God, because we know now, look at this, you don't made us miserable. And you know what happens to those who make us so miserable. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Man,
Jeez.
they flipped the script.
They gonna act like y'all should be grateful because we were pilgrims and we helped y'all be put on shoes. You didn't even have shoes before we came.
I was out here with spears and stuff with grass skirts on. We raised y'all up.
We raised y'all up from Africa. We raised y'all up. Oh, that ain't what grandma told me. Guess what?
What'd you say your grandma say? They stole our luggage.
They stole our luggage, man. They did something. Yeah, all our luggage came up missing. And next thing you know, we have nothing. Well, guess what, Grandma? I found out where all our luggage went.
And that's something, kid. She told you that, and you found the luggage.
I found the damn luggage.
Got him, Granny.
Got him, Granny.
For real.
She gave me the bar. She gave me the keys, bro. She knew that. She just was throwing that old grandma talk on us and hope we catch it. Like, yeah.
Like, he always asks I bet you was super inquisitive. He always asks, hey, I'm going to go through. Let's see what you going to do.
No, but my grandma said, my grandmother said, she brought me to the side. I'm going to tell y'all, she said, ooh, boy, I've been praying for somebody in our family to come like you. Like, she said, I didn't know who it was going to be, but I was waiting on somebody in our family to talk the way you talk. And then I was given that.
Wow.
I lost the luck. All we know is we lost our luggage. I think she know I was going to find it. I think she know. I think that was a direct challenge. Because I already had the slave story. Like, come on, Grandma. You had luggage on a slave boat. It's time to tell the truth.
Right. Like, it's not feeding, bro.
This ain't sitting well.
It's not working out.
Yeah, luggage now. Or I think. And she came and she said, well, look, we just remember our luggage came up missing. Oh, really? That's the only evidence we had. Y'all luggage came up missing. And guess what? We found the damn luggage.
For real. Straight. God spotted the battle. Man, that's something, kid.
I know that is. I was just thinking about it. My head is bringing right now.
Like, a lot of times, like end up coincidences, like, that's part of what you're supposed to do. Like you said, direct challenge. Like, boom. When you found it, it hit your brain. Like, dang, my grandma said this.
Yeah. So y'all watching me, and I'm looking at something else like, wow, luggage. She said they luggage came up missing. And there it was. They became us, and our people became dead.
Dang, kid. And that's so heavy. Like, to even, man, that's heavy. Like, you explained it how, everything you said law, the Bible, law, dictionary, words, meaning words. The more we do it just the way, the more understanding, the more we can see.
With every word breakdown, huh?
Give eyesight to the blind.
giving eyesight to the blind, turning them from dead zombie to alive and willing.
Willing. Man, willing.
Can we?
And
We
like,
did.
man,
We,
just like,
go ahead, brother.
I'm just looking like even just that word will. Like, man, the determination of the mind. And it's breaking it down on how it works. Like, that was tripping me out while I was reading it, like, what the will is and what directs the will and how it can be influenced.
Determination. What did they ask Neo? Why you keep fighting? And why? He said, "'Cause I want to. God choose to. That's why.
Yes, sir.
That's why.
'Cause I choose.
'Cause I choose to. That's why. The problem is choice, right? Don't ask me why I'm kicking your ass. 'Cause I choose to. I know I can wake up and make him.
Man, kill all my bad for laughing, but
I
I
choose
just thought
to.
about somebody getting beat up. Like, man, why you keep kicking my ass, dude? Hey, 'cause I choose.
Because I choose to. In fact, I was thinking about you while I was eating my bowl of cereal and thinking about how I'm going to kick your ass today. IBM and the punch card. Because me and my homie Lil B from the project, we both democratically, we were both born Democrats on different democratic soils. Same genocide though, same story. You know, same Tyrone. Go ahead.
Hey, just like you were saying, like, look, I'm from South Central, or I'm from LA. Like, man, I'm from Houston. I'm from Texas for real. Like, my birth certificate, if you read the street I was born on, they go, oh yeah, that's ghetto. That's hood right there. That's University 25. You be born there, bro.
Lord have mercy. That's right around the corner from Martin Luther King or Malcolm X Boulevard. Some goddamn one. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, and what's crazy, I even look at things different now, like the names of the neighborhoods. Like, I'm like, man, you got Homestead, you got Acres Home.
Wow.
You got Martin Luther King's all everywhere. University 25.
It's all incorporated. That's why they're
wars,
using these names to keep them in trust. They keep them in trust. These are the trusts they're keeping.
Right.
Yes. This how the corporation keep doing this. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Like, all right, y'all. All right, we got wards. Louisiana got parishes. LA, y'all got districts.
Yes.
So I'm looking like all of this is minor talk.
Yes.
Like this. Well, so when you put in your zip code for whatever, oh yeah, he's from the minor territory.
He's 9th district. He Crenshaw district.
Right.
Facts.
We got y'all.
We got you.
We know. On that punch card, we know who you are and how to treat you.
Oh.
He don't know that.
Oh, that's right. So the banks know this. That's why you ain't got nothing.
Yes, sir.
The banks say, sorry, ma'am, I don't agree. Only illegal immigrants can get a $100,000 loan and with nothing.
They ain't even got no job. I ain't gonna never forget that one. That lady say, me nor my husband were working at the time, but we would tell bank got a $100,000 loan. I was at work when you played that. I'm like, what? How? I know how.
That's the 0 and 1s. You don't count.
You don't.
You know what? Let's go. Go ahead to binary codes. Hold on. Before we get there, make sure you show your love by contributing to this program. C. Lewis said, thank you and thankful kings. And shout out to y'all. Shout out to Lewis for taking that thrashing like a true champion and contributing to this program. Also, I want to give a shout out to Brian King, Ali Ware, and Paul Hamilton for supporting this broadcast. And I really appreciate y'all. Without this, man, I don't know what I'll be doing. Go ahead, B.
All right, I got code in the 1828.
All right, y'all, listen up. We talking code in the 1828. Since your law have been codified, let's get to code. Make sure you support and hit that cash app and support this broadcast. Join the Patreon. I don't give a damn. Do it all at one time. Press 1. Now, go ahead and read the definition, please, sir.
All right, 1828, code. It is a noun. All right, number 1, a collection of the laws and constitutions of the Roman emperor.
Now stop.
Made by, yes, sir.
Now stop. A code is what? It's made by Roman emperor.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
A collection of the laws and constitutions of the Roman emperors.
Go ahead.
All right. They say it's made by order of Justinian and contains 12 books. The name is also given to other collections of Roman laws as the Theodosian Code hints in general. Number 2, a collection or digest of laws. All right, and that's it. But see, the common denominator in all of this, what I see, Roman emperors,
there you go.
laws collected by Roman law. So laws and constitutions.
So them codifying laws, they're actually changing not only constitutional law, but Supreme Court law and Bill of Rights law and all of the laws of the land.
Yes, sir.
You got to think of it in its entirety. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. They changing the law, which under a curse, according to the scripture.
If you're not in law, you under a curse.
Yes, sir. I'm like, wow, man. So when they saying code, my brain now clicks to Roman law, Roman law, anti-Christ.
There you go. So you got to be able to see their laws because it's codified.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
Their
sir,
codified
definitely.
law is our people's allegory. But their codified law is the transgression of the law. So you guys are praising the transgressors and the trespassers of the law rather than the king.
Right. You putting another guard over you.
Well, all right, let's take this. We went to vote, right? You vote for your president to most all this. Could you go to elected in the dictionary, sir?
All right, say that one more time. I'm sorry, Q.
Go to election in the dictionary.
Let's do it.
I'm showing them, y'all, electing and voting and all of this. Y'all, I'm telling you, you voted for the beast. This is the beast system. You gave your willpower over to Satan and his kingdom. Ain't no use of looking around. No, this is what we've done as a nation.
Gotta take responsibility for it.
That's right. You'll never get nowhere.
Okay, we got election, Latin, electio, the act of choosing, choice, the action of selecting one or more from others, hence, appropriately. 2, the act of choosing a person to fill an office or employment by a manifestation of preference, as by ballot, uplifted hands, or viva voce, which means voice.
So that's
All
devotion.
right.
That's public prayer. You're elected them to eternal life.
Man, bro. Yes, sir. As election of a king, of a president, or a mayor. Corruption in elections is the great enemy of freedom.
Look!
Whoa. Corruption And elections
Is the what?
great is the great enemy of freedom.
Now watch this. Now what did we read earlier?
Concerning elections and
There
voting.
you go. And that was illegal.
It's illegal. It's a crime.
It's a crime. Now you get it.
It's up
It's
there.
a crime.
Yes, sir.
Now it makes
The
sense.
criminal act. Yes, sir.
So you got to commit crime. That's to be against freedom. Is a crime, and they are criminals. Democrats.
Straight criminals. Man. Okay. Number 3. Choice. Voluntary preference. Free will. Liberty to act or not. It is at his election to accept or refuse. Number 4. Power of choosing or selecting. Number 5. Discrimination, sorry. Discrimination. Distinction. To use men with much difference and election is good. Number 6.
Oh, I told you.
In
See
theology.
that? That didn't even sound good.
Yes, sir.
That sound like to mistreat
didn't.
somebody is good. To
For real.
to niggify him is good. And during an election, go ahead. That just sounded backwards. You like, I saw the way your brain and didn't even want to accept it. You're like, it's good. Like, But that's why when they have these political, they just go low and lower and lower and lower. You know?
For real, it's just like, man, what is this?
Okay.
These are criminals. All right, number 6.
Now
In theology.
These are coded laws. We're talking code in general, from coded laws to much, much more. Go ahead. In general, what?
Okay, in theology.
In theology.
Divine choice. Predetermination of God by which persons are distinguished as objects of mercy, become subjects of grace, are sanctified and prepared for heaven. There is a remnant according to the election of grace, Romans 11:5. Now that's good.
Wow.
Number 7, the public choice of officers. Number 8, the day of a public choice of officers. Number 9, those who are elected. The election has obtained it. Romans 11:5. That's the real election. They got this civil election, which is criminal. Man, wow, Kim.
I told
That's
you
election.
you're a POW.
Yes, sir. Straight prisoner of war. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's the end of.
Okay, good. Now you can get into code and all that.
Okay, all right. You get. All right, we just read code. Let's see. We got something else here. Man, all these words, just the proper understanding is.
Okay, let's do this. So that's just code, right? Now, all this is, we're talking binary codes. We're taking statutes and law and making them into computer simulated module as if codified. Rules of governance. Binary codes. Binary programming long predates what we think of as computers. Brazil Bolcon is believed to be the first person to punch holes into paper and use it to control a machine. In 1725, he invented a loom that wove its patterns. What?
Like a loom would be like a wheel.
Well, let's say temporal loom. Remember on that show?
Yes. Yes,
Remember?
sir.
And it was going all out in the patterns and the patterns and the branches. So he invented a
Yes, sir.
loom. This is where we're going. That wove its patterns based on the instructions provided in that perforated paper it was fed. Like a scantron, you feed it in and tell you what you got wrong. A punch hole is the one. And the absence of a punched hole is the zero. As much as things have changed since then, the essential block of code has not. Ones and zeros means what, B?
Ones and zeros in the binary code means dead or alive.
Oh, now you get it.
Oh,
Now you see it. Yes,
And then-
sir. This is how they got you in that machine. This is how they got you in that
Man.
machine. Press 1. He automatically knew what I was talking about. It's either
Yes,
dead
sir.
or alive.
dead or alive. Man,
Zeros
now,
and ones.
I'm thinking about, all right, the video where it was like Russian man, male, Russian, this, that. I'm thinking you punch black. They're like, oh yeah, zero, you dead.
Yeah, they have you down as dead.
Man. Now who's saying Kev lying now?
Who said I'm lying now? I told y'all. Oh, I just told everybody I seen everybody in digital format. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, dead. Dead.
Dead.
Dead. I said it was digital. It was a digital death.
Digital deal.
Yes, because you was put in the sandbox.
Man.
You
Man.
came out dead and they came out alive. It's necromancy. It's quantum theory. It's the 0 point is where they entered. That's the portal. Once you die, they're alive. That's the 0 point.
Yup. Man.
Oh, I'm on their ass right now. Yeah. Then you're able to enter an innumerable amount of variables because they're all clones. So you can make stupid ass arithmetic with shit that don't make sense, can't you?
Right. 1 times 1 is
what?
2.
Okay.
That's binary
That's
thinking.
binary thinking.
Like a question
Oh
on
my goodness.
a binary question. What number is larger, 10 or 4? In regular numbers, well, how you supposed to, 10 would be larger. But in binary thinking, 10 is 1.
Yes.
So 4 would be larger in binary thinking. I'm like, wow, bro, they twisting things. Computer head. Binary brain. I'm like, wow. So that's where he getting all of the 1 times 1 is 2. That's not even, that's some binary thinking. You're IBM control.
Bingo. Now you see we're after a beast. Now you know what I mean by it's me against the world.
Yes, sir. Golly.
Okay, now look. What is a loom? In composition, an heirloom in law is a personal chattel. Wow. That by special custom descends to an heir with an inheritance, being such a thing as cannot be separated from the estate without injury to it, such as jewels of the crown, charters, deeds, and the like. 2, a frame or machine of wood or other material in which a weaver works thread into cloth. 3, a file of the size of a goose that or loom to appear above the surface or either sea or land or to appear larger.
Wow.
Than the real dimensions of a density. as a distant object, a ship at sea, or a mountain. This ship loomed large and the loom looms high. Okay.
Cannot be separated. Heirloom. Without injury. If you cause injury
You can cause
in law,
injury.
you can't. You know,
It's against the
wow.
rules, against the law. It's against
Yes,
the
sir.
law set by God. He's an untouchable. Or it's untouchable.
Yes, sir. Untouchable. You're not supposed to do that.
It's like a boundary.
You have no jurisdiction
You have no
over that.
jurisdiction.
You have no jurisdiction. That's above your, what they say, that's above your pay grade.
Right,
That's
right.
above your ranking.
Right.
Wow. Boom. Yeah, I'm like, so binary code changing the law.
And you vote for this.
Man,
You vote against the heirloom.
yeah, when you do that, you are voting against the heirloom.
Because the heirloom is offering, because the vote, they're offering you what?
They offering you a false sense of choice.
But it leads to death. Like the Bible say that
Yeah.
Eve took, you should not surely die. But you're dead.
Yes, sir. You dead as soon as you do it. Wow. Like, everybody thinking like, oh, you gonna drop dead. But nah, you become black in law. You against the law of God. Now you in death. You dead. You become anti-Christ against the Republic of Georgia, against God's
And-
will.
and there you go. And you start fighting against God will. You start fighting for women right, which leads to gay rights, which lead to this, which leads to more right for what? And in a minute, it's impossible.
Because it's not real. The law stands forever. It's inalienable. It can't be changed. It's perfect. It's complete. Perfect. You couldn't amend it law over the top. You're not supposed to do that because the law is perfect. Man, Kel, they fighting against the wrong thing. They tripping.
Damn.
I'm like, wow, it's forever. It's perfect. Uh-oh. Psalms 19:7. Can I read that?
They don't need it. No, they know the law is perfect. They need judgment.
Okay.
That's what they need. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. The nuclear devastation that shaped Cold War arms race. The electrical numerical integrator and computer was the first programmable electronic computer. This is the electrical numerical integrator. Integration, 01. And computer was the first programmable electric computer completed in 1945. How did it complete in 1945? Because that's when Hitler fell, fool. Let's get back to it. It was configured for each new problem by wiring connections between many components. When one task, such as addition, finished and post triggered the next. But a few years later, Clara Don von Neumann of Los Alamos, scientist Nicholas Metropolis wired ENIAC to run the first modern code ever executed on any computer. Hundreds of numerical instructions executed from the addressable read-only memory ENIC's functionable table switches. They simulated the explosion of several atomic bombs. Design being evaluated. Oh my goodness. Oh, they simulated the explosion of several atomic bombs using. Oh, hold on. They simulated the explosion of several atomic bombs designs being evaluated at Los Alamos National Lab in New Mexico using the Monte Carlo theory or technique by which a complex system is simulated. Oh my goodness. Step by step. You know what happened? You know what that is, the Monte Carlo theory?
What's the Monte Carlo theory?
Type it in.
That's one, but okay. Monte Carlo theory. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, Monte Carlo theory or method or Monte Carlo experiment are a broad class of computational algorithms that rely on repeated random sampling to obtain numerical results. The underlying concept is to use randomness to solve problems that might be deterministic in principle. The name comes from the Monte Carlo Casino in Monaco, where the primary developers of the method, physicist Stanislaw Ohm, was inspired by his uncle's gambling habits. Monte Carlo methods are mainly used in three distinct problem classes: optimization, numerical integration, generating draws from a probability distribution. They can also be used to model phenomena with significant uncertainty in inputs, such as calculating the risk of a nuclear power plant failure. Monte Carlo methods are often implemented using computer simulations, and they can provide approximate solutions to problems that are otherwise intractable or too complex to analyze mathematically. Monte Carlo methods are widely used in various fields of science, engineering, and mathematics, such as physics, chemistry, biology, statistics, artificial intelligence, finance, cryptography. They have also been applied to social science, such as sociology, psychology, political science. Monte Carlo methods have been recognized as one of the most important and influential ideas of the 20th century. They have enabled many scientists and technological breakthroughs. Monte Carlo methods also have some limits and challenges, such as the trade-off between accuracy and computational costs. The curse of dimensionality, the reliability of random number generators, the the verification and validation of the result. So this is the augmented reality, Kev.
There you go. Now you see it.
This is the augmented world, the fake artificial world mixing in with the natural
There you go.
by taking statistics and running them through these algorithms of tests.
Now that happens
In
through
different-
live simulations.
Yes, sir. And what made me understand
What-
simulation?
What movie? What are you dealing with? Time.
Time.
What movie orchestrates time, the Monte Carlo theory better than anyone dealing with time? What movie is that?
That be Back to the Future?
That is exactly what it is, champion.
Yes, sir.
Back to the Future. And what was happening there? Unsuspecting
Going
events.
Right.
That the one and the zero, the hero has to go through. Remember, the gun clicking. I got it on the screen. All of these unfortunate different variables happening when it's about time. You see that?
Right. Yes, sir.
And when you watch these things, you don't really understand it. But we're talking speed.